What's going on, everybody? It's about time to get started here. Just checking with everybody, make sure they're ready to go. Then we will get to our recap from last week and just jump right into it. We got a lot going on tonight, so should be pretty interesting. But we're gonna jump in and see where we're at. All right, how we doing, guys? We ready?
Yep, I'm finishing up one thing, but if you want to go ahead and start up the recap, I should be done by the time you're done.
Alrighty, so last week we were off, but the week before we finished our investigation and interrogation through the Blade Works section, where they were the dwarves there were basically doing recreations or trying to build their own type of weapons similar to what Durgaden was doing. During our interrogation, we found out that to the north and northwest there were some undead and the like that obviously the group needed to take care of. But then we also found out some other interesting information pertaining to a certain ancient black dragon that was down a pit. We opted to check out everything to the north and northwest first before going anywhere else. First, we ran into a spectral image that we quickly got rid of, and then immediately following, we heard the sound of crying coming from a room to the southeast, which ended up having a commoner named Idala. Turns out she wasn't really a commoner, but a succubus instead. Tried to basically charm Markinor and make him kind of do what she wanted, but had no success in doing so. Then afterwards, we went west and found a room full of antiquities and noticed a faint magical presence, which Berwyn kind of ignored and stumbled across a magical rug that immediately tried to suffocate him. He was rescued by Kaelin, who dispelled the magic, but not before getting attacked by Aelion and a sword swipe or two.
Let's just try to help.
Went a little further into the foundry, reached a burial tomb, one that we believed was the tomb of Durgaden himself. We then were attacked by two large skeletons and a wight, who stood at the front edge of the room. It took a little while and a lot of work actually, and finally we were able to take them down before trying to make our way back over to the pit. We did make one extra pass, kind of searching back through the other stuff, at which time we did notice a table that sprung to life and immediately started to attack us. But it went down pretty quick and we resumed making our way back to the pit. Once we got down, we made our way over to the Black Lake. Basically, as we came across, there was a bridge that we noticed was pitted, what looked to be like acid pitting, and then we continued around the edge of the lake, and at which point, black dragon springs out of the water and leaves us right where we are at now.
Alrighty, so after many shenanigans last session, including Berwyn picking up an obviously magical rug, which was hilarious, you'll have wandered down here to the lair of this dragon that is now facing you. And with that, we're going to immediately start the session by rolling initiative after I move y'all. Alright.
Alright, let's get
Roll
us
for initiative.
over. Take our cams here. Should be good to go. Yeah, there we are. Let's do some initiative rolling as soon as I find myself on the map here. There we go.
Oof.
As I expected.
As per usual.
Wouldn't be a D&D
Alright.
night without a low initiative roll.
And if you don't see it already, just to rehash what you are seeing in front of you, except she is in the water, not on her crown of thorn or crown of gold. So that is what is facing you. Fae team, what do you want to do? Berwin, you're up first.
Oh boy.
All right.
I would like to cast a 3rd level spell to start with.
Okay.
Conjure animals.
Conjure
Okay.
animals.
And I'd
Alrighty.
like to use 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower, and conjure 2 giant octopus.
Where would you like to conjure these octopi?
Octopi.
Right here and right here.
Right about there?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's going to be fun.
They have their own initiative.
Let's go ahead and manually roll those for me.
Oh boy. Initiative of 3.
All right.
I'd like to step right here, kind of behind, around this crack. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. There are now 2 octopi behind this dragon who is looking at you with its maw beginning to open. Aelion, your turn.
I'm gonna step up here, cast Hunter's Mark, and shoot a few arrows at it. So the way I'll do this on first turns is normal attack, and then the extra attack. So that'll
Okay.
be the last one. So bow.
Nice.
Wow.
The first and last one did not hit, but that crit
Okay.
most definitely hit.
And so, plus the d6 for Hunter's Mark. Forgot to add that. And that is now added.
What's the
So-
total damage for me?
17 damage.
Dude, pop out here.
Nice. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, so as you step back, you mark it, so you're able to notice there isn't a lot of weaknesses on this thing, and it proves true when you take 3 shots, 2 of them just bouncing off the scale here, the scales of this dragon, but the other one hits it directly in its throat, sinking somewhat deep into it, doing a moderate amount of damage to it. You've annoyed it at this point. And since you have,
Oh no.
it is going to release an acid breath at you,
Oh
Aelion.
no.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please.
Shit.
Save.
Oh.
13.
That fails, unfortunately.
No.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's gonna get
You
ugly.
brought your brown pants. You are going to take 36 points of damage.
Oh, geez. Wait,
Okay.
11 D18? Jeez.
Okay. Can I, as a reaction, I guess drop Hunter's Mark, since that's the concentration spell? No, actually, never mind. Just use my action for Absorb Elements. That's not concentration.
You will have to make a con saving throw to maintain Hunter's Mark.
Right. So here's that.
All right. Wait,
No.
it was 34 points.
30.
Yeah, he wouldn't save.
No, that's
Yeah, you had to beat a 17.
17.
Yep.
So unfortunately, Hunter's Mark is going to drop.
Okay. I'll take. I have resistance until the start of my next turn of acid I just took.
Okay.
That is acid damage. All right, so you will only take 17 points of damage.
Nice.
And with that, this dragon is going to vanish
Of course.
into the water, swim, where it is very difficult to see. You'll have to make a perception check to see if you can find her. That being said, Kaylin.
Okay.
The water just changed color? Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, it's your field of view.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my action until I see the dragon reappear. At which point I'm gonna try and cast Fairy Fire at the point it reappears.
Alrighty. Markinor.
Potions are an action, correct?
Bonus action, I think.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I thought they were an action. I know
They are.
crit roll does
No.
bonus, but
Yeah.
I thought they were action here.
Matthew Mercer does it a
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah. Yeah, drinking or administering a potion takes an action to do so. I was wrong.
Okay. So then I want to, for my action, I'm going to use my potion of, what do I want here? Potion of water breath.
All right.
And for my bonus, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon. It's just going to, well, can I hold my bonus and use it to cast to hit the dragon when he reappears?
You can only hold an action.
Only an action?
Yeah, and not hold a bonus action.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I'll just cast it and it can set out.
I don't see any reason why your spiritual weapon couldn't go underwater. You may not know where
True.
the dragon is right now. You could make a perception check to try to see it and then
Okay.
know its location.
Yeah, let's do that then.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. $23.
I'm in a conundrum. Shit, I rolled a stealth check for the dragon.
Yeah.
Natural 20. But it's only got +2 dex.
You can't. Natural 20, I think, is an automatic.
It should be an automatic. It should be, but the fact that you rolled
Not on
higher.
ability checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Mhm.
you see her.
Okay.
You don't see her clearly, since she is doing her best right now to swim deep enough where it's hard for you to see. But you do see a shadow over
Okay.
in this area.
Which area? I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it.
See now?
No.
How about now?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, weird. If I'm on the GM layer, y'all can't see my pings. Neat.
Okay, so then I'll cast it and drop it here for a swipe at the dragon then.
Right about there.
11's not going to hit though. Yes, that's fine.
All right, so you send this spectral longsword under the water here and swing at the shadow, but it slips away and does not. You can feel that it does not make contact.
And then for my movement, I'm just going to move here. Do you need me to do a dex save to get across? Since nothing's really attacking me right now?
Nope.
Okay.
It's like 2 foot of water. It's easy to step over.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty. Berwin, your octopi are up.
Yes.
Octopi.
Since they're underwater, can they see the dragon?
Hi, chat. How you guys doing?
What is their sight? They have dark vision. Yeah, they see it. They know exactly where it is.
Okay. I don't know where the dragon is.
No.
So I can't exactly tell them what. I don't know what to do with them.
I mean, you can give them basic action, basic things to do. Attack
Right,
the
but
dragon.
I don't know where the dragon is, so I don't know where to move them or whatever.
Oh, I'll move them wherever you need them to. Just whatever you want to do.
Within 15 feet of the dragon.
Okay.
And they're both gonna make a tentacle attack.
All right, roll them for me.
The 20 hit
20 hits.
for the first octopus. 12 damage.
And a strength save.
And a strength save.
Against the DC 16, it matches it.
Okay,
Alright.
so it's not grappled. And the other one, 12 does not hit.
Unfortunately, it misses.
No. Does not.
And they're going to stay 15 feet away.
All right, clearly underwater, not surface or anything like that.
No, underwater with it.
Okay, so the rest of the party here, even Berwin, you see the water begin to get turbulent over in this early area as these two octopi go after this dragon. You're not able to really see what's happening under there, even though you know exactly what happened. But you know they're down there fighting it, possibly keeping it distracted for whatever you want to do. That being said, Berwin, it's back to your turn.
Okay. I am going to stay where I am and hold an action in case it surfaces.
All right, what do you plan on doing?
Casting a spell at it.
Okay. Aelion.
Can I kind of peer over the ledge and see if I can see this guy?
You can. Give me a perception check. Oh, yeah. You can see the center mass of this thing right here.
Okay, well, I will shoot a couple of arrows at it then.
Do it.
See if they can't pierce through the water.
Nope. First one hits.
The 8 is not. The 20 is going to match.
20 to match. Oof. Okay.
Solid damage, dude.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, so you shoot off 2 arrows down at this, just a shadow. You can't even really make out distinct features of this thing. But you see separate shadows kind of swimming around there. So you take shots. You clearly see that your arrow rather, slowed down your second shot too much for it to do any damage, but the first one seemed like it stuck into it a little bit. And with that, it is its turn. All right, so Berwin, you're going to maybe feel the presence of your octopi being attacked.
Okay.
What's their AC?
11.
Whew, okay. Do they have any resistances or anything I need to know about?
Nope.
Neat.
Does 52 HP.
Okay.
So you feel the one to the north being attacked violently, and it took a massive amount. It's still alive, but barely.
Okay.
And it is still underwater. Kaylin?
Since I know the general vicinity of where it's at, sorry, octopus bastards, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
All right. So you're gonna cast it down in the water. So was that
It's a deck save for anything, and it's basically gonna go. I'm gonna center it just so it won't reach Alien, but it'll probably get both of the octopus. Will have to make a deck save also against a DC 15, I believe.
Oi.
Yep. And the dragon is going to save.
Okay.
Oi. What's the DC? +1. They don't have proficiency. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay. They both fail.
Okay. They're outlined in green light. Dim green light.
Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Alrighty. So as you cast this fairy fire into the water, you see two distinct forms. You can't quite tell what they are at first until you see the lines going around these 8 tentacles, and you clearly see that you outline both the octopi and this green light, and you see a shadow kind of buffering against the light next to them, but it is not outlined.
Yep. That's it.
Markinor.
Okay. Do I need to perception check to see where he's at, or can I still sense where he's at?
You know where it was. You don't know if it moved again or not, unless you do a new check.
Let me do that. $15.
You see it's probably about in the same area. You still see that writhing kind of shadow down there next to these two purple outlined light or green outlined octopi.
Okay. For the bonus, the sword's going to attack 23 to hit.
That hits.
I'm going to do 6 damage. And for my action, I'm casting command and telling it to grovel at my feet, right here.
You get a
Save.
one word.
Grovel.
Okay.
Which will tell it to fall prone. Actually, no. I would say approach since it's underwater. I want to say approach.
Approach? Okay.
Yes. So I want to
All
make
right.
it come to me. DC
It
15?
doesn't matter. You crit failed. So,
Oh,
so you feel this mental connection briefly with this creature underwater, feeling it fighting these other octopi underwater, clearly avoiding the rest of the party while it can. And as you command it to approach you, you feel that it succeeded. You feel its attention begin to waver away from the octopi and towards you.
okay. And it is to move. Yeah, it basically would just move until it gets within 5 feet of me.
Okay, it'll do it on its turn.
Okay. And that will be my turn. And I believe that takes his turn as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how that works. I think that's how it works. I know that's how grovel works. If I tell him to grovel, he has to stop what he's doing and just go prone until next turn.
Alright, moves towards you by the shortest, most direct route, ending its turn if it moves within 5 feet of you.
So once it starts moving, its turn ends as soon as it gets within 5 feet of me.
All right. Yeah, it will end its turn there, right in front of you.
All right. And that's my turn.
All right. With that, the octopi are up.
Oh, they're just gonna
Aye.
attack again.
Okay.
I doubt that hits.
Negative.
Neither.
Neither.
hit.
Okay,
Negative.
they're just gonna stay there.
All right. So you see the water kind of flouncing about again as these two octopi go after the dragon, but they are unable to connect with it. Once again, Berwin, you're up.
Like to walk to the edge. If I look down, well, I guess I need to roll a perception check to see if I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a pretty good idea of where it is, just
Okay.
because of your mental connection with these fey creatures that you summoned.
Okay. I will cast Produce Flame at it. Throw it down.
Okay.
But
Going through the water.
It's called Magic Fire.
Okay.
It hits.
It hits.
The look on Havoc's face is priceless.
It is.
I'm trying to run this through my head right now. Okay, so we
Whether
have
it does damage or
fire.
not, this is
underwater.
totally worth it.
The fire melts the water. Make that happen. It turns it to steam.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
That's not how dragons work.
I'm gonna say, just because if I roll it this way from now on, if y'all are ever in underwater, fire's gonna hurt you, and that's kind of silly. I'm gonna say it's gonna do resistance damage to it,
Okay.
just because that makes a little bit more sense
a little
that
bit.
it's casting fire underwater. So you feel this, this flame, you feel this fire flame up within the water, and you see a quick bursting of like steam bubbles rising to the surface. And you do feel like it connected, but it didn't do a whole lot because you cast it underwater.
And then I'm gonna go back into my little cubby, and that's my turn.
All right, Alien.
I want to pull my swords out and hold my action, and I'll attack him when he surfaces.
Okay.
But I think that's it.
All right, so you're gonna hold your action. Well, he has commanded this creature to walk towards him or move towards him. So just keep in mind that first line of the spell. It is going to move away from the octopi, thus giving them an opportunity to attack. That
Yeah.
hits.
Well. What? Oh boy. It's not giving me damage option.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
There you
There
go.
it goes.
Thank you. The other one's a 24.
Also hits.
There you go. Nice damage.
And 2 DC 16 saves.
Okay, so this is all right. Let me think about this for a second.
Because he's commanded to move, but did he fail the save?
He's commanded to move unless the spell is directly harmful to it. Thus, by getting attacked as it moved away, it becomes harmful.
Sorry.
So, that is why I tried to warn you that if you attacked it, it was going to end the spell. And it wouldn't have mattered even if you didn't, or even if I didn't roll it that way, because you grappled it, so it can't move anymore.
It's restrained!
So it is now restrained underwater after taking 26 damage.
Damn.
Damn. They 27.
You're right.
16
Yeah,
and
27.
11. Yay.
Since it didn't end its turn within 5 feet of you, it is going to attempt to...
Break free and move again.
Well, it's going to try to break free at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I need a athletics check from the octopi that landed.
Crap. D20 plus 3. $19.
It is still restrained, so... Let me just double check the ruling on that. Alright, so... It is restrained underwater. And it failed that, so it's just going to... I can't remember if grappled monsters can attack or not.
I think they have disadvantage.
They have disadvantage if they're
I know it's
grappled.
restrained, they have disadvantage.
Well, it is restrained.
Yeah.
Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained and the octopus can't use its tentacles on another target.
Okay, so it just has disadvantage if it tries to attack, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Alright,
And
so
it
it's going
can't
to
move.
Alright, so it's unable to move, but it does still have its action, so it's going to attack the one. Which one was it, the north or east one that grappled it?
Well, they both did. Well, they both make
Yeah, they
DC
both.
16 strength saves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second, he
one.
succeeded on the second save, just not the first.
So then it would be the north one.
Okay, so it is going to attack that one with disadvantage.
Normal attack roll, because it has advantage because of fairy fire.
Yes.
You!
Right.
Ah!
That
He
sucks.
tried.
Sorry.
Fairy fire.
So, yeah,
has
it's just a
always
normal.
screwed us.
Alright, so it is going to hit it twice.
I think it's dead.
Okay.
Just a guess.
It's a solid guess. So under the water, you see this weird thing happening. All three shadows kind of shift forward for a second and then go back to where they were. And then you see just this purple oozing blood rising to the surface. And Berwin, you feel the connection with one of the octopi disconnect immediately.
Okay. They are good meat shields.
All right, with that, Kaylin.
Alright, because of the dim light from the other octopus, can I see the dragon?
You can kind of see a shadow of it. You can't make out clear features or anything, but you can see kind of its general location.
Well, the spell I want to cast requires seeing it, so I just need to...
Yeah, you'd see it.
Okay, I want to cast Toll the Dead. It's a
What's
DC 15 Wisdom save for the dragon.
Rolled a 14.
Alright, 18 Necrotic.
Dang. Nice.
Yeah, level 5 cantrips are a bitch. And then I'll
Yeah.
drop concentration on Fairy Fire.
Thanks, buddy.
So the other octopus is no longer outlined.
Neat. All right, anything else?
That would be it for me.
One of these days, fairy fire will help us.
Ooh, that's a Xanathar spell. That's why I don't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, new one.
Yeah, it's
I have Word of Radiance, which does pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
I don't have access to the new druid spells yet. Not high enough level. It's gonna be fun though.
Huh, nice. That's a cool spell. All right.
Yeah.
As Kaylin casts a spell, it's kind of muffled due to its target being underwater, but you hear this dong, dong of this bell ringing under this water. And you see all of you that are able to see the shadow of this dragon, see it kind of contort in pain from this attack. But with that, we're off to Markinor.
Going to cast protection from energy on myself for acid.
All right.
And on my bonus, I am casting Healing Word for 7 for Aelion. And that'll be my turn.
All right. So you feel yourself being covered in this energy directed towards any kind of acid that hits you. But with that, it is the other octopus's turn.
Oh, it's attacking.
Do it.
It misses.
It misses.
Yeah, that unfortunately is not.
Not even close.
Anything else?
And that's its turn.
All right, more of the same. Bubble, 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 glub, glub. Can't really see what's going on. See a bunch of shadows moving. Berwin, your turn.
Let's see. What can I do? What can I do?
Okay.
I'm gonna do the crazy fire produce flame.
Okay.
The 19 hit,
Yeah.
so 4 damage.
So stupid.
And I'm gonna go back and hide. Because this is great fun.
Just throwing fireballs into the water. Yeah, this is getting them good. All right,
That
Alien.
doesn't surprise me somehow.
Contrary to popular belief, fire does not fix all of the problems when water is involved.
Yeah, it does.
Have you asked Markinor lately?
It just takes more fire.
It just requires more
WMD.
fire.
What would
There's really
Mark
more fire.
burn it? Yeah.
Is that fire? Yes, please.
Okay, so on my bonus, I want to try and Hunter's Mark him again. Do I still kind of know where he is?
With no more light or anything on there, give me a new perception check.
Oh, and of course I just accidentally closed out of that instead of. There it is.
Unfortunately, you were unable to make out which of these black blobs might be the right one to cast this on. You can give me a D100 if you want to cast it anyway. You see 2 black shadows, but you're not sure which one is right.
I'm gonna pass, and I'll cast protection from poison on myself.
All right, and that is poison. Okay. All right.
Or it's acid, isn't it? Oh well.
Yes.
It's a good
Whatever.
try.
It
Not
is.
quite the same thing.
Yeah. Whatever. That's it.
Right. So
So that's
not
an
being able
action.
to, not feeling comfortable going after them, knowing that one of your allies, albeit a random fey creature that Rowan summoned into existence, it is still one of your allies. So you do not feel like going down in there. So you protect yourself in case anyone tries to give you any kind of poison in the next hour or so. You're protected from that.
I just
that
kind of
being
think about it
said-
for a little bit afterwards, like,
Don't
I'm very
drink this
smart, am I?
bottle of poison, Aelion.
So you all see this dragon surface back to the top of the water, and knowing that Berwyn seems to be the one controlling these creatures, she is going to spit out this gout of acid at you, Berwyn. I need a dex saving throw, please.
Dex saving throw. Crap.
Sure it's not poison?
Nope. How bad is it? Oh crap.
All right, here we go. All right, so as this gout of, it's only about 5 foot wide, but it's a 30 foot long stream of acid sprays towards you. You're unable to jump any way out of the way, and it splatters against you and pushes you against the wall, and you take 45 points of damage.
Yup.
Okay.
Oh god.
And as the party sees this rain of acid come down into Berwin, you see him fly against the wall, and he's covered completely, and as it dissipates, you see him just dripping with it. His clothes are beginning to melt off of him, and he slowly slides to the floor and is not moving. And with that, it moves back down into the water. Kaylin,
God, this freaking dragon's a bitch.
y'all got this. You were so confident. Hit level 5. You got this.
Well, I can still get it. That's not an issue. How do I deal with this bullshit? Okay. Yeah, screw it. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna cast Dancing Lights under the water. We use 4 glowing orbs. I guess it doesn't necessarily say anything. And we'll go with here, there. Come on, there it goes, in there. Just see if we can see it underwater.
All right, so as these lights emanate from within the water, give me a description of what the lights look like.
I'm just thinking they're like almost like a little, like, what would look like a crystal ball with light emanating from the
Okay,
dim light.
green is the same as your favorite color?
No, I think it's just white.
Just white light, just regular old light. All right, cool. So as these 4 lights come into existence down under the water, trying to surround this dragon, it clearly comes into view. You see this water is actually very clear, and it's just this dim lighting, there being no light sources within the cave that you're in. You were unable to really see any kind of distinct features. You see everything now. You see this octopus attempting to grapple with it, and you see it going back into the water to resume its fight with it. You can all clearly see it now.
Question, did it move 15 feet away from the octopus?
It did not. It's only about 10 feet under the water.
Okay. The octopus is also gone now.
That
if
is
he's
true.
down, the octopus will be gone.
So, minus everything I said about the octopus, you see the dragon going back down under the water to try to shield itself from your attacks, but it is clearly visible to everyone.
And that would be my turn.
Neat. All right. It's underwater, but you can see it now, Markinor. What are you going to do?
Okay. Would healing bring Berwin back up?
Yes, it would. It would make him conscious at least. He's still prone.
Gonna cast Aid at level 2 to everybody but myself. So you gain 5 current hit points and 5 temporary hit points. And then for my bonus, I'm going to have the sword attack the dragon.
All right, roll it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
For 15 damage.
Nice.
And that will be my turn.
All right, so you all clearly see this spectral blade, this long sword flying through the, not the air, the water, towards this dragon as it's going back underwater, and it catches it in the side, doing a good chunk of damage. You can see some tendrils of blood being to trail off of this creature as it swims through the water. right, Berwin. You were still prone, but you have some hit points now. You feel slightly revitalized, not doing too well still, but you are alive.
I am going to stand up.
What the real Slim Shady? Please stand up.
And cast Cure Wounds on myself at a 2nd level.
All right, heal up for 11.
Wait. That should be 16. And the bonus action, I'm going to go giant octopus form.
Hey, that's kind of interesting.
And that's my turn.
All right. There.
Giant floppy octopus just appearing next to me.
So the party sees as Berwin slowly gets to his feet, looks at his kind of shredded clothing, all the cloth and everything is kind of melted off. There's patchy holes and stuff. Armor's still good, but the any cloth you were wearing has been kind of destroyed by this acid breath. But you get to your feet, you quickly heal yourself, and then something new that y'all haven't seen him do before. His shape kind of molds itself, and then you see these tentacles sprouting out of this morphous form, and then a bulbous head comes out with 2 gigantic eyes, and it morphs into a giant octopus sitting on the land and holding its breath because it can't breathe above water. But with that glorious information, Alien, your turn.
Well, now that I can actually see the dragon, I'll hunter mark it and pull out my bow and actually shoot it.
Neither one hits, unfortunately.
God diggity damn it.
Anything else?
No.
All right, so as you fire off these 2 shots, look at it menacingly, you bastard, get up there. You fire off these 2 quick shots. Unfortunately, you didn't put enough force to really stream them down in the water, and both of them kind of swing wide as they stream down towards this creature, but they do not hit.
Okay. What's he gonna do? Oh,
But
damn.
with that, it is going to resurface, so it comes back up to the top of the water. And seeing Aelion firing arrows at it is going to spray acid at you now, Aelion.
Are you sure
Oh,
it's
no.
not poison?
Dex saving throw is definitely not poison.
Come on, save.
Oh, shit.
All right.
God.
So you're able
Yes.
to, as this stream of acid flies towards
Holy
you, you're able to dive out of the way and only
shnikes.
part of your legs catches it. But you do still take 20 points of damage from it. But you do not take the full 40 that would have happened if you failed.
Take from your temp first.
Yeah.
So it catches in your legs. You feel a very violent burning as this acid sinks into your skin, but you're able to roll and kind of shake it off of you before it does any real damage to you. And then it goes back down underwater.
Still lit.
Still see it though, but it is clearly
Yeah.
underwater. Kaylin.
Alright. Getting tired of it, so I'm gonna actually I'm just gonna try and toll the dead again. So DC 15 wisdom save.
It matched it this time.
Okay, so no damage.
Oh, it takes 0. It's a
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
okay. All right, so you hear the bell toll, but it kind of went wide of it, and unfortunately, it's unable to do any damage.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know it was a. I thought it was a half damage.
Nope, just All or nothing.
It's pretty beefy when it hits, though.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Especially for a freaking cantrip. All right. Markinor, you're up.
Back to command, and I'm going to once again tell it to approach. 15 save. Wisdom.
Wisdom. It fails.
So it is to approach me and end its turn once it gets within 5 feet. On my bonus, I am going to cast Mass Healing Word on the party. Everybody gets 5 healing. Everybody within 60 feet, so everybody.
So.
And that is my turn.
All right. So you once again feel this mental leak with this savage creature, and you command it to approach you, and you feel it unwillingly ready to move towards you on its turn. That being said, Berwin the Octopus, you're up.
Haha. I'm gonna jump in the water right here. Actually, right here. And hold my action until it finishes moving.
Oh, being smart now, are we?
Well, you see, I actually get to keep my intelligence and wisdom. The octopus have an intelligence of 4. So they would just be dumb and just straight attack it.
Oh yeah, they're super low. All right. Holding your action until it stops moving.
Yes.
All right, Aelion, you're up.
I'm going to do the same, except I'm going to pull out my swords.
All right. So as this thing has been commanded to move, it swims up to the edge of the water and crawls out, its front 2 legs and head almost level with you, with your head, Markinor, and stops its movement there.
Okay.
Just I like step up a little bit. My intent was to hit it when it stopped moving.
Yeah, but you didn't move up next to it.
Yeah, you're not close enough.
No, it's fine. You go ahead and do it. It's fine. I'm giving you all a lot of help for this, so...
Thank you. Do I get extra attack? It's not my turn, so I would imagine not.
No, because you would.
5th level ranger? Yeah, you get 2 attacks.
I mean, I have extra attack, but... Do I
Yeah,
get
you get 2
this
attacks.
situation? Okay.
You wouldn't on holding your action,
you don't
though.
get you don't get your special opening attack, but if
Right,
you
right.
take the attack action, you still get 2 attacks.
Yeah, basically tied into the attack action is that extra
Okay.
attack, so
Okay.
yeah, we'll get 2.
All right. How's everybody doing? Enjoying so far?
Unfortunately,
I'm
cannot break
attempting
through the
to
scaly hide of this
make this
with
dragon my
either of its
bitch.
attacks.
trying very hard.
Berwin, are you doing anything?
Yes, I'm gonna attack it also.
Okay.
15 feet
Damn it.
range.
There you go.
That hits.
Should have let you do it first.
Whew.
That and
Healing word
hold on.
and
A
command
3. What does
twice.
that do on the table?
Okay.
We only do it for crit fails, not crit success.
Yeah.
Alright, we're doubling for the successes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get your benefit because you get the max damage on your successes. You aren't getting a crit table too.
That's like max.
Wait, I...
All right, so it's going to make a DC 6. All right, it's going to not be grappled, but it will take this
Okay.
24 damage. It's like, it's bye, everybody. I can't cast my AoE anymore.
Oh, I can. I just had to rework where I was putting it.
No, okay. All right. So it has gone up and is now attacked and everything. It is pissed. But that being said, it can't do anything. Kaylin?
Yeah, well, it's time.
It's time.
Time to bring out, since it's out of the water finally,
Right.
let's just drop this bad boy.
Oh, damn.
Gonna center it. What was it?
Oh dang, that's a terrible roll too.
Yeah, no, but like right. It's right about there, so it doesn't hit Mark.
Airzorn, thank you very much for the follow. Very much
octopus.
appreciate it.
All right. So where are you? Out here-ish?
Yeah.
All right. So as you cast out this fireball, kind of lobbing it over everybody, and it comes down. As soon as it makes impact with the water, it explodes, and this ring of fire kind of radiates out from in it. It catches the backside of the dragon, but you see it kind of fold its wings back behind
There
it
we
to
go.
front,
Make it a little
block the
easier.
brunt of the damage, so it only takes half of it. But it did take.
Hope you're enjoying. If you haven't already, you can follow us on our Twitter page. It'll give you an update of when we're going live and everything else. I've posted a link in chat. You're more than welcome to follow there.
It is not looking good for it right now.
But yeah, it will come up every time that we're streaming. I'll give like a 2-hour window where I'll post, and then I'll post again just before the each event. So
Alrighty.
you're welcome
Market
to follow
order
us there. Okay, now that it is finally in front of me, as I have wanted it to be this entire time.
You can't
Mhm.
what you want.
So this time I'm going to. What do I want to do? Well, I'm gonna let the sword do its thing on the bonus. But for my primary, I'm just going to. Actually, let me just smack it with the Warhammer first.
All right, do it.
22 to hit. Okay, for 5 damage.
Okay, what else?
And yes, I'm gonna make this sword attack. So 22 to hit
Awesome
again
hits.
for another 5 damage. And that would be my turn.
All right. So you bring the Warhammer around and hit it right in its chest, and it kind of groans with it. Doesn't take a lot of impact damage from it, but it is not happy about you hitting it with a hammer. And your sword slashes along its wings, and actually leaves a small gash in one of its wings. But it is still standing.
All right.
Berwin, you're up.
Do I know whack it with another tentacle?
Do it. 23 hits. All right. Anything else?
Is it grappled?
No, it critted. No, it is definitely not.
He's
Okay.
angry. He's not grappled.
All right. Anything else? That's it.
That's it.
All right. So as this tentacle flails out of the water and just brings its bulk down, I'm assuming it's like bludgeoning damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't have a
So
damage
it
type.
brings it down and almost makes this thing fall down prone from the weight of this hit. This thing is not looking good. It's barely standing at this point. Aelion, you're up.
So I'm actually in a place where I'm kind of comfortable now. So slash it, slash it again.
Okay.
24 hits. Roll it.
For 13.
And with your second strike, you bring this creature down. Tell me how you just killed the dragon, Aelion.
So the first one, I'm aiming to like decapitate it, but the first one kind of hits off of a scale and just kind of glances off. But like with that backwards momentum, I kind of spin around and sort of hit him almost kind of casually behind my back as I'm spinning in the eye, and it just gushes out blood, way more than you would expect.
All right, so this already battered and beaten creature that at that point was thinking of nothing else but getting away from you. You're able to bring it down, and as it's turning to leave, your first shot bounces off the scales, but the second one with your backswing meets straight with its eye, as you said, and penetrates inside of it. And as it kind of shudders and freezes in place, it slowly comes down to the ground, sliding off your blade very slowly, and it kind of slips backwards halfway into the water, no longer moving.
Dragon.
You did it! You beat the dragon. Congratulations, guys. With a little help from the DM, because you should have been doing everything at disadvantage while it was underwater, but I decided not to. All right, there is a dead dragon here. Berwyn's an octopus. You've all, some of you have taken some good amounts of damage. What do you want to do now?
I'm gonna jump on Berwyn's back and have him lead us around the cave until he finds anything interesting.
Does Berwyn actually have a back as an octopus?
Okay, there's a giant pile of loot, right?
Kind of.
I don't know, maybe. You haven't really looked for it.
Is there? I don't know.
See a giant pile of crap on this little island.
Mine.
Kinda...
I am. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh. No,
I am the dragon now.
I cast command on Berwyn and tell him to come to me.
I come back anyway.
That's alright. No, this is what I was going to do. Big giant pile of crap. I'm just going to blow my 3rd level spell slot and cast Thunderstep.
So...
And I'm there.
Fuck it. I don't need it. I don't need this spell slot anymore. It's fine.
So...
I will carry the other 2 over to the island next to Kaylin.
There's no
What
one
were you
here.
saying, Marketer?
So, Berwyn, you know how you had that potion to... or the spell scroll to enlarge or reduce?
Yeah?
Had you reduced the dragon, I was going to grapple its head and keep its mouth closed so it couldn't spray acid on us.
That would have been brilliant.
I was just waiting on it to be cast, and since it wasn't cast, my next best option was I was going to protect myself from acid and make it face me and come to me the whole time. Because that way...
That also worked.
Yeah, that was my whole plan. But you didn't use the potion, so...
Nope, I kind of got wrecked.
Even if not, if it came back around again, I was going to attempt to grapple the dragon's mouth and just keep it closed. I was going to try it.
That would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd like to drag the dragon carcass up on the shore.
Okay.
Alright.
So we find this
I want to
island.
investigate whatever's on this island because it looks like giant piles of loot.
Because I want to come back to that dragon in a minute.
Yeah, what is on
Alright.
this island here?
Alright, so I've done some additions to the loot here.
Ooh.
Maybe y'all appreciate it. Everybody give me perception checks, please.
God,
You
I
mean
love
persuasion?
that shape.
I wanted
No,
to use.
perception.
I'm gonna-
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna talk the island into giving me good loot.
The
Oh
plus
no!
eight
Wait,
is-
that's not that. Can I do a? If we're doing that, can I do a intimidation or deception check?
I will gladly do a survival check.
Intimidate the island to give me better loot.
I have tailored this thing for every single one of y'all, so y'all need to chill out. Or I'll just go back and I'll give,
Individual tables.
I will give you a...
Shit.
No, it was more
Already
just
on
a
here.
joke of, can we all roll the wrong thing?
Hey, that would work too. Yeah, everybody roll me. No, I'm kidding.
Animal
Perception
handling.
check with this.
Your worst possible thing, please.
Intimidation.
So,
Anything
Uh,
straight?
Anything charisma.
let's see. A short distance offshore, you find a small isle 40 feet across. Stalagmites thrust up at the ceiling above, and the dark water laps quietly at its shores. Several spots on its surface glimmer even in the gloom, suggesting the promise of treasure to be had. And among these things, you find, all of you are able to go through and you see money and gems. Oh my. You see all that. It ends up totaling 6,200 silver pieces, 1,430 gold pieces, 2 garnets, and a black pearl.
Wait, there's a ship on the island?
There's not a ship. Johnny Depp, calm down.
Okay, wait. All right, what do we got now? I'm sorry. I can add it to my list here. Thank you.
Doing that way, going forward, if you would like to know the cost or what you would get for value for things such as pearls and rubies and gemstones of any kind, you'll need to go get it examined by somebody that knows how to appraise such items. I'm gonna make y'all work for it.
No
Makes
weapons?
sense.
Wait, what new toy did I just get?
We're getting there.
Okay.
That's just the money and gems.
So,
So, does
let's double check a couple
identify?
things. I mean, identify does it too.
Because somebody just got identified.
Hey, nice.
Somebody has identify already?
It's a first
No.
level spell, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, new
Yeah.
invocation.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
The ritual spells.
Oh, yeah, because your book and everything. I forget about that.
Oh, good. So now I got identify.
Neat. Okay, cool. So, that being said, I won't make you have to figure out what these items that you're about to get are. The identify won't do the gems. It's more for identifying magic properties and things of that nature.
Yeah,
But it will do it for magic items, which you're all about to get.
that's the important part. Gems
Yeah,
are
we
easy.
get magic items. I like magic items.
Chimps are easy.
Yeah, take them to appraisal. You just got to barter. That's the only problem. So, Kaylin, starting off, you're kind of rummaging around within these piles and piles of loot that seem to have come from somewhere. You're kind of assuming maybe these are the loot hordes that were from above, and that this dragon was beginning to build her horde here. Going through it, you see lots of rubbish, a few other items, some regular swords and things of that nature. Nothing that really catches your eye until you walk up and you see a solid black rod. And as you walk forward to it, you feel a dissonant kind of whispering through your head. It seems to push you forward towards this rod. And you feel like control of your body is kind of going away as you do it, and you're kind of lost for a few moments until you walk forward. You come back to yourself and you find yourself holding this black rod in your hand, and you feel a very unique power coming from it. And silent whispers, none of it you can really make out in any normal tongue, more so of the infernal kind, suggest that you use this going forward. You have found a rod of the Pack Keeper. And unfortunately, I did not set up my loot things, so let me do that real quick. Well, that didn't work apparently. Whatever, there you go. So that's what it does. It is a +1 rod, and you get those little benefits on there. You feel, once again, from these suggestions coursing through your mind that this item may get stronger over time. It'll be something that you should keep on your person at all times.
That's kind of cool.
Dang.
It's neat.
Markinor, as you're searching through the rubbish, you're seeing lots of things, a few swords and some scimitars and a few other weapons. You also see a large warhammer. It almost seems very thick, and it shines a little bit brighter than everything else. As you walk forward, you clearly see on the side of this thing the smith mark of Durgadin.
Ooh,
You have found a +2 warhammer.
awesome.
Aelion. Un momento, I gotta pull up my notes.
That is cool. I like my.
So as you're walking through Aelion, kind of collecting, gold and gems as you walk through, a few silver pieces. You see a few items. Nothing seems to be as good as what you, as far as weapon-wise, that you could use already with Shatter Spike in your rapier.
Going to rename
but
it
you do
too.
see a cloak, and it doesn't quite catch your eye at first. It seems to blend in with the water and the surrounding features. But for whatever reason, your kind of innate tracking
Cloak
as a ranger,
invisibility.
you look back over and double take on it, and you see
that would
a
be cool.
somewhat shimmering black cloak laying in the pile there, and it kind of seems to be discarded off to the side. Didn't seem like the dragon saw any use for it, but took it anyways because it was with the hordes. You don't quite know what it does, but you do know that it is emanating power that could be of use to you.
Fancy. Thanks everybody for joining, by the way. I appreciate you being here.
A cloak of shield.
We just finished our
is what you found.
dragon battle to end Forge of Fury. We are doing some loot searching and distribution, and then afterwards we're going to figure out what we're doing next. So,
are you still at Octopus Morn?
We shall see what's going to happen.
No.
Okay. So as you ferry everybody over and get up there and start, getting money hungry and picking up the loot and everything, as you move a few chalices out of the way, you don't feel like carrying with you, picking up some gold, you find a small amulet laying in the debris. And you look at it, and as you pick it up, kind of feeling of protection raises over you as you hold it within your hand.
Okay.
You're able to see that there's a pin mark on the side of it, to where you could attach it to your clothing, or even attach it to some of your animal forms if necessary.
Okay, there we go. Cool.
You have found an amulet of protection. Gives you +2 AC and can also give all of your wild shapes a +2 to your AC.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Just a side note, in the stuff in here, one of the things that they wanted me to give you was a +1 shield.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to block the cameras.
Markinor, you're not getting a +1 shield.
Oh, trust me, Shark. It was like a million times easier.
No.
At level 5.
At level 5.
You don't want to try to roll against a 21?
As we get beefier stuff like this thing, it could hit you. But...
So imagine when I get to the point where I can then prompt something, compel duel, and I can cast the Shield of Faith on myself, and then you give me that +1, and then you're now rolling against a 23 and never hitting me.
Yeah. Maybe later you'll get that, but this early, I figured you might appreciate a +2 weapon instead.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
As you all go in and find your respective items that you seem to be called to for whatever reason, some kind of divine intervention or something along those lines led you there. You also find a couple other things. You find a greater potion of healing amongst the horde here, and also another potion that you've never seen before. You may need to take a closer look at.
Does Identify figure out what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is Identify still going?
I don't remember if that's like a duration spell.
Kaylin, is that duration? Do you know?
Check and see what it is.
You did, sorry. Yeah, it's a ritual, so I mean, I could basically just cast it on end.
Yeah, Kaylin can essentially just take a minute each time, but it's only for an item that she's inspecting, essentially.
Yeah.
So if she expects, she obviously sees, you see the red coloring of this potion of healing and see that it does seem to have greater properties. So it is a greater healing potion, so it'll be a 44 plus 4 healing.
Wow.
As you look at the second potion,
44.
you see
Wow.
it's a greenish liquid. You see a feather floating within it. And as you kind of inspect it, you recognize that this potion gives you the ability to fly for a short amount of time.
Cool.
Just so everybody can see it.
Potion
Yeah,
of
right.
Well, dang.
Cool. That's cool. Okay.
Yay, flying. Alright.
It's bringing up or popping up everything on that screen, and I don't know why.
Alright, I had to make a separate note so I can get that to Aeolion on your item. I don't know where my notes went. I think they might have not saved or something, so I will have to rework that real quick. But the rest of the items, I will give you a little Roll20 sheet for them. That way you can reference back to it when needed.
Okay.
So, that being said, you have gone through and looted this dragon's hoard. What else
I
would you
wanna
like to do?
Back to the dragon and try and harvest some scales and
Save
teeth.
that. So we don't miss anything. What else do we got here? Have something over
I have a
here.
bad feeling I'm gonna have to levitate half this crap all the way back to wherever we're going.
No, I have a better idea for it. Just give it to me, and I can wild shape, and it doesn't count against my weight.
Got it. We still do have a roper that we might want to deal with.
Yeah, I'm in no shape to fight a roper right now.
I was assuming we'd rest first.
Erwin, give me a nature check.
Nature. Okay.
Yeah. Or survival, either one.
Oh, I'll give you a survival then.
Dude.
Yeah, do that one. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you go in and for whatever reason, the
Wonder
dragon is now
what I
carving up
see
this
over
dragon.
here. Wonder what I
Over
see.
here. What are you talking about?
This over here.
Oh,
Is
we'll
that
get
the
to
river leading out?
I'll get to that in a second.
But I'm investigating it from here.
You are, but Berwin's doing something first. Wait your turn.
Give me my dragon parts, Mark and
So
Mark.
as you go in, you go in and begin carving this dragon. At first, it's very difficult to pierce this thick, scaly hide. But ultimately, you're able to get in and get a few pounds of the scaly dragon hide and a few very large teeth out of its mouth. You actually end up taking 1 point of acid damage as you reached not gingerly into its mouth, and acid kind of burned your hand. But then you learned your lesson, reached in and pulled a few teeth out for whatever you would like to use them for.
Hey man, they're valuable. You just gotta find the right person.
Up to 1 hour.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, like 3-4 teeth. How many teeth?
5 teeth. 5 teeth and 5 pounds of dragon hide.
Cool.
All right, what do y'all want to do?
I want to investigate what this is.
So as you kind of look over into the distance off to the northeast, you see a passage leading off where the water is running down. The water, as stated last session, is going from east to west. As you kind of look, you see a small pool in the distance. And upon further investigating, you swim over whatever you would like to do. You end up getting across. And you discover a very deep hole at this gathering of water up here. You're able to see somewhat of a pathway leading off to it. You would kind of surmise that possibly the lake that you saw on the surface is feeding into here, and this is the source of the river that you've run into many times since you entered the Stone Tooth. Just for clarity's sake, you can't see the end of this tunnel. It seems like it goes on for a while.
Gotcha. Okay. And there's nothing else over in this area?
Nope, some rubble. That's about it.
Okay.
That's wrong.
So yeah, we have the roper still, which, I mean, the dragon fight was challenging, but I have a feeling the roper is going to be even worse. And we're nowhere prepared for that right now. Not after that. We'll have to rest before we can go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should rest before we do anything anyway.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause,
Do we hear anything else in the cave? Like, do we hear any other animals or anything in the area? Or does it sound pretty quiet?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
So as you begin to listen around, listening for anything that might be in the area, you hear the sound of the waterfall very clearly off to the west, back where you entered this area with that ladder that you came down.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing else really catches your ears as you listen very intently around in the area, but you don't hear anything.
Okay. So what do you guys think? Should we rest here?
Rest amongst treasure. Always the best place to take a nap.
I mean, we're kind of in the middle of everything. We can see everything around us. We'll have a good view of it. And set up a campfire or something if we have to. We shouldn't have to because we're elves.
Right.
So
I think it's good. I mean, everything that's been here is probably afraid of that dragon, and they wouldn't know it's dead yet. So I feel like it's probably the safest place we could be.
Yeah.
So after all of that, I think we'll long rest here.
Alright, that's the plan. Everybody's gonna rest here in the middle of the loot where the dead dragon on the shore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
It's
plan.
on the far shore. Anybody have like a raised dead animal?
So that was
Where's your whistle?
that was a
Whistle
Got rid of
when
the
we
whistle.
need it.
we got rid of the whistle. So that was a young dead dragon, is that correct?
I don't know.
Or,
I mean, you didn't really check it out too much.
No, we
Maybe
didn't.
Well, when I was taking teeth
I mean,
out,
it was-
I've been able to tell how old it was.
I don't know. You were very convinced this was an ancient life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also know how big ancient dragons are, and they're not that big.
They're not
You mean they're not that small?
Small.
They're not that small.
Yes, yes.
As you were going through, you were able to surmise as you were cutting around this thing, Berwyn. This thing was probably, maybe 70 to 80 years old. It hadn't quite hit its full maturity yet, so it was probably a young black dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was probably a young dragon.
So why is it by itself?
Because it's a chromatic dragon.
Black dragons. Its mother probably tried to kill it or something.
Well, no,
Yeah.
the chromatic dragons are rather solitary.
Most are,
Hmm.
not all.
It tends to take something to get chromatic dragons to work together.
Holy crap. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we're long resting here then?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, we are long resting here, Havoc.
Alrighty, so as you all decide to shake off the fatigue here, I'm assuming you kind of set up watches to watch around you.
Yes, please.
Okay. So you take turns watching out. All of you not really need, most of you not needing full 8 hours of sleep, or most of the better part of 8 hours to get your full rest in. But you rest off your wounds and the fatigue from this battle with this dragon. And it's a very ominous place you've gone into, and as you kind of spend some time here, you do see that it does have a bit of an innate beauty, you know, with the gold kind of playing off the lights of your torches that you've set up around camp. But nothing comes down there. You get the feeling that most creatures would not want to go down and tango with a young black dragon. But you being the brave, that's the word we're going to use, adventurers that you are, you decide to go down to and fell the creatures. So you're able to get a long rest in with no issues.
Okay.
So 8 hours have gone by. You feel like it's been about a day or so since you've come down in here, at least. What do you want to do now?
We need to deal with a ration. Well,
Do we want to fight the roper?
I think that's like the only thing left, isn't it? Well, that we know of.
The roper and whatever's past the roper. I feel like we've
Yeah.
explored most everything else.
I mean, I don't know that we're prepared for that kind of battle just yet.
Yeah, we just took down a dragon.
We did, but
Rather sloppy.
2 of you almost died in that one fight. I would rather not watch the entire group go down.
I mean, you did just take down a dragon.
We can spare 1 month's ferocity. Also, its bite hurts a lot.
What the...
The roper.
Yeah,
And
it does.
on average, I don't know. I have a feeling it would be as intense as the dragon fight, potentially. However, we did just get kitted with the dragon's horde items.
I mean, we can try it, but we need to be very cautious if we're going to approach this roper. If for a second it looks like it's going to overwhelm us, we need to have a secondary plan to get out of here.
I'd agree.
So are we heading that direction?
I think we can.
Yeah, let's just take a look at it. See if it looks worth our time. Just,
Okay.
I mean, we've cleared everything else. Do we want to leave one thing behind?
How completionist are you?
Well, it's not even completionist.
I mean,
I'm more. Do we think other people are going to start trying to come to this place?
I mean, we
Search for
do.
secrets? Do they want to run into that?
We do know that the dwarves that were here will be returning after they resupply their numbers, but they'll keep to themselves. They're not going to venture anywhere else, and within the caverns here.
Yeah.
I will follow your lead. If you feel that this is something we can take on, then I will help to shield you from whatever this roper will bring to us.
Leon, your cloak is in your journal. right, so what's the plan? Y'all heading back up to engage the roper? Do you want to head back with your newly found loot? Do you want to gather any of the extra loot here? There are a few more blades with Durgaden's mark on it, as well as a few shields and such. Nothing magical, but they do have the mark on it. What do you want to do?
So would the blades be the ones the Duragar made?
No, they're Durgaden's blades, but would the what is it, the king or whoever back in town, would he be interested in them?
I don't know, would he?
I mean, he said he would pay us for all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also took a blade to him that had it that he turned down.
Yeah, well, that was the one made by Snoo Snoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wasn't one
right.
made by Durgaden.
It wouldn't matter if these ones bear the additional marks that that blade had.
Yeah.
If they only have Durgaden's marks, he probably will pay for them. If they have the additional marks of the new Durgar.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
We'll take a couple blades.
Alright, so you're going to take a couple of the swords.
You want me to throw them in my pack? I still have plenty of space here.
I mean, we can spread them out between us.
Okay, if everybody wants to take a blade or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, just keep that in your inventory. What do you want to do now?
Okay, looks like we're gonna head back towards the roper then. Are we gonna run into anything along the way there?
Roll me a d20, Markinor.
Okay.
Alright, so as you begin to make your way, you all climb back up the ladder, unless you had anything else planned, to get back up to the next level, into the foundry. You walk around, and you don't hear anything, you don't see anything. You make your way back through some of the other areas. You do see the room with the gigantic rug, who seems to, for whatever reason now, it has unfurled itself back to the center of the room. But thinking better of it, I think the party decides to continue on instead of reinvestigating it. I think Markinor probably grabs Berwyn by the shoulders and kind of shoves him past. That way he doesn't get distracted.
Not this time.
But as you go through, you make your way back down to the Glitterhame, and as such go back to the staircase that led down to this other area where you found the storage rooms and the great ooze and such like that.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way down, listening very intently to see if anything is awry, but you only hear the sound of the waterfall in the room that you come into, and do not hear anything else. So you make your way back down to the southernmost passage, heading back to where you last saw the roper. You should all be on there and see all your characters now.
Yeah.
What do y'all want to do?
So you guys are sure about this?
Are we sure about anything ever?
Yeah, we're sure we're gonna rush in blindly and just, prevail anyway. Except for that one time. We all ran like bitches.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So... I want to do this.
It was up here, right?
Yeah, to the northeast.
They're around the corner. Okay.
Do we want to attempt to stay hidden and at least get a surprise round? Or at least try to sneak up on this roper before he notices we're there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's line up.
Come front.
Okay. So we're going to move towards the room here and stealth before we get around the corner.
All right, everybody, roll me stealth checks.
I'm assuming there's no light in here, right?
No, it is very dark.
Oh, not doing so hot on the rolls. Alright.
All right.
Average around a 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we hear the roper making any noise or moving around in the other room?
Give me a perception check. You don't hear anything. You hear the water coursing under beneath your feet, the small tunnel that you're walking above now. But you don't hear anything else, no rocks moving.
Okay.
Previously, when you ran into it, you saw it. You heard a fish flopping on the ground next to it, but you don't even hear that now.
Okay, I'm going to peek around the corner here and look for the roper. Try to figure out where he's at.
You don't see the same form as you did previously when fighting it. You see a very large stalagmite. I can't remember. Stalagmite protruding from the ground over in this area. But you don't see the gaping eye or the gaping maw or anything like that. But you're fairly confident that that might be the same form as the roper from before.
Okay. Do you need another stealth roll from us to move forward from here?
Not until you get about here.
Okay. I'll move to here. You guys ready?
Yeah, I can't see anything, but
I know.
yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give another stealth roll then, so I can move in a little further.
All right, do it. Okay.
That's not gonna do it. Okay. Is everybody going or just me?
No, I'm going with you. Just tell you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a stealth roll, Berwin. Okay. Does it notice us, or do we notice anything moving yet?
As you begin to move forward a little bit more, nothing happens.
Hmm. I'm going to You guys ready? I'm gonna see if I can bring this thing up. Going to cast Sacred Flame in that direction to see if it wakes this thing.
Aiming for what exactly?
Right over here.
Aiming for the stalagmite?
Yeah.
I described? Okay. Yeah, roll it.
Not rolling. Why not?
Do you hit the rock?
Can I hit the rock?
You hit the rock with the thing that takes a
There it
saving
goes.
throw.
Yeah. Does it hit the rock?
Oh, I forgot.
Does the rock save?
The rock does not save. You crit failed. Oh, shit. Okay. So as you, since nobody else said they were doing anything, I guess we're just going to start it off with this. So, as you send out this flame at this rock, this stalagmite sitting over in the bottom right, it hits and against the side of this rock, and you see it kind of shudder backwards, and almost a sudden malleableness comes to it, and it kind of bends away from it, trying to shrug away from the fire. And as it does so, you once again see these tendrils sprouting from its side, and its big singular eye opens up and directs straight towards you, Markinor. And its gaping maw opens up towards you.
Why didn't you guys do anything? I thought that was the entire point of this.
You kinda just went with it.
I said, "Are you guys ready?" And you said yes. So I attacked.
True.
Everybody roll for initiative, please.
How deep is this water, by the way?
Not very.
Deep enough that you don't want to be in it.
So you still have to roll.
Once again, with the single-digit rolls for initiative.
Just for clarity going forward, I've really led y'all into like surprise stuff in the past. I'm not going to be doing that going forward. If y'all want to do stuff like that and you want to get around a surprise, if you think that your stealth is good enough to do so, y'all got to say it. Y'all got to let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gotta make sure it's there.
Freaking 7, man.
All right.
Okay.
So you all see this, once again, what you know to be a roper, animate and come to life. Its tendrils sprouting out and reaching towards you all. That being said, Leon, you're the first to react.
I'll Hunter's Mark it, my bonus, and then shoot some arrows at it. So again, it'll be regular, extra attack, and then...
This is gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad, watch.
Let's just take the left one.
That's not bad. That's a good shot.
2 and 3.
Oh.
Ah, well.
Second one misses.
Alrighty, so, you doing anything else?
No.
Alright, so, your first attack is going to hit, so go ahead and roll the damage.
So 11.
Alright, your second attack is going to miss so badly that I need you to roll D100 for me, please. 25. Alright, so before your third attack can get off, unfortunately, as you take this second quick volley with your arrow, the string snaps back in a very unusual way, and as it does, it kind of slaps you in the face, and you lose your balance and fall back onto your ass. You are prone.
Well,
It's not actually.
I guess we'll
Yeah,
use the...
watch
Can I
this.
stand up on this
This'll be
turn, or do I
fun.
have to wait?
This is gonna be fun, guys.
I will allow you to stand back up this turn, because you
Okay.
got to move.
Just kind of...
Maybe if we don't die immediately from the roper.
sheepishly and...
That didn't happen.
You guys didn't see anything. I guess, can I take that third attack afterwards, or no?
No, we're going to go
Okay,
ahead and say you're
fair
going to
enough.
use that on that.
Fair enough. Then that's it.
Otherwise, your crit fail really meant nothing.
Right.
So
Right.
You fire off this first arrow. Second one, bowstring slaps you in the face. You fall down. You kind of stand back up, rubbing your face, turn around. Like, nobody saw that, right? Galen, you saw that, and it's your turn.
Definitely saw that. Okay, this thing's made of stone, correct?
It appears to be.
Well, yeah. It makes a difference on the spell I'm going to cast. So I'm going to cast Shatter on it. So it's got to make a DC 15 con save. But if it's made of stone, it's a disadvantage because of Shatter.
Well, either way, it didn't make it, so it's going to fail.
So it takes 18, and that should also, I'm guessing, take out most of the tendrils. Since it's an AoE spell.
It is, yep. So as you cast this, you do anything else?
I'm going to move. I think I can move to, like,
Back
here.
Yeah, I was going to say backline it.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. I'll just move back out of, like, line of sight.
Okay.
I mean, his tendrils can't hit you because his tendrils are down, correct?
Maybe.
I know that. I just know.
Because they got a long ass reach. So
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Still can't hit what you can't see.
Challenge accepted.
Nice. Play that game.
All right. So as Kaylin casts out this loud banging right on top of this roper, you see that the impact of the sound wave going through it just shatters these 4 fleshy tendrils that were extruding out towards the party. It took a little bit of damage and kind of winces back in pain, once again kind of rocking back and forth, which is very odd seeing a stone being able to do that. But it is still standing. And that being said, it's its turn. Since it's its turn, you see more of these tentacles, 4 more to be exact, protruding back out of its skin and reaching towards Markinor, Aelion, and Berwyn.
God dang it.
Okay.
What is it to
Markinor 11? No. Aelion a 17?
Just barely.
Okay. And Berwyn an 11?
no?
Alrighty. So as these tendrils go out, Markinor, you're able to bring your shield up to block against it. Aelion, unfortunately, one wraps around your waist and attempts to reel towards you. I need a acrobatics or athletics check from you, please. And Berwyn, you're able to step around the corner as it kind of glances off the wall next to you.
Oh, wait.
Unfortunately, it reels you towards it, Aelion. You are unable to free yourself from this grasp. So it pulls you straight across. Your feet kind of glide across the water as it reels you straight towards it, and its gaping maw comes down towards you. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
So as you're reeling in, you're kind of still struggling with this tendril around you, and unable to see that this mouth is coming down on you, and it chomps down right into your cloak and into your armor, dealing 22 piercing damage.
Wow.
Ouch.
Big hit.
You are still grappled and restrained.
Did we figure out how deep this creek is, or this river? Is it deep enough to...
You could not stand in it.
Okay.
Perfect.
But I could jump across?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Okay.
could.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from the roper? No?
No, it's done.
Okay.
Berwyn, you're up. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna step right here with my action. I am going to cast summon or conjure animals and conjure an Allosaurus right here. Surprise, it's a dinosaur. I've only heard of these things. Let's hope it's cool.
Okay. See if I can
What
pull
size
off
is
what
it?
I want to do here.
The large.
This is going to be
15 AC,
interesting. Oh, what the
60 HP.
Oh. And think it's behind is where he was putting it?
Yeah. Right here. And
Alright, there you go. You can move where you need
You
to.
can move.
okay. It fits in at the 12 initiative. And with my... Can I see how deep the creek is from where I am? Or the river?
Give me a perception check. So this water is rushing very fast east to west, and kind of like white foam spray is up there. You're unable to really see how deep it is.
Would I be able to hold myself in a location with the octopus?
You might be able to.
60 feet movement. I think I could. I'm going to try it. So I'm going to jump in, and right before I hit the water, I'm going to go octopus form.
Of course you do. Let me go back and get that token.
It's going to be great, guys. Y'all get to be tanks.
Oh, it's going to be really cool in a minute.
The little Roper
Alright.
Island is getting very crowded.
I have new toys that I want to play with here.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Well, hello, giant octopus. Oh, he's within range too. So I'm gonna use 6 of my tentacles to kind of brace against the wall from the rushing water.
So that he
Okay.
doesn't move.
Alright. You do anything else?
That's action, bonus, movement. No, I'm done.
Alright. So everybody sees this it's looking like a dinosaur looking thing. Things you've heard about in stories of this far off land called Chult that you've never actually visited, but somehow, either through a picture book or something of the like, Berwyn knows what this creature is and what it kind of looks like. So he summons a Fae in that form next to this roper. And then he proceeds to throw caution to the wind and jump into the fast-moving river. You see him disappear into the water for a second or so, but then he reappears back up in his octopus form. Several tentacles go out and latch onto either side of the wall, or one side of the wall closest to the roper, to hold himself in place. And since you did that, I will actually not make you pay movement to stay in place, because that's a good idea. I like it. So you will get to hold in place that way. That being said, Markinor, you're up.
Okay, so new spell. Spirit Guardians. Every time that this being is within 15 feet of me, it has to make a wisdom saving throw or take half the damage. This lasts, it's a concentration spell, lasts up to 10 minutes. It has to be within 15 feet, so on my turn, I will step within range, which is 15 feet to here,
Okay.
allowing the Spirit Guardian to hit it. So it must make the wisdom save.
All right. Well, it critted its wisdom save, so it is
Okay.
going to save.
So it's going to take 4 damage. And then
Okay.
I'm also going to cast Spiritual Weapon and drop it beside. It's not going to hit, though, it looks like. And the 10 should miss, so I will then back out again and be back at 20-foot range. And the Spirit Guardian will stay with me. And basically, the way it works is I can cast this and it will damage anything that enters within that 15-foot range. But I can tell this being, which is going to be like an angelic form, I would tell it that I'm basically protecting my allies and this new being, the dragon or the dinosaur, in case they ever enter into that range, or else they would have taken damage from it.
Alrighty.
That's how it works.
You've got these angelic figures rotating around you, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Alrighty. So as you summon these, floating white-robed creatures with very, very beautiful faces, solid white, pearlescent wings, begin to rotate around you, and they reach out to a distance to hit the roper, and you see them do a slight bit of impact to it, but it kind of shrugs off the radiant energy that's attempting to protrude inside of it. And then you step back, and they are flying harmlessly through all of your allies. And then you also summoned the spectral longsword of Tyr once again next to it, but unfortunately it's unable to do any damage to this rocky surface that is this creature's hide.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Aelion, you're up. You're grappled.
Oh, for my bonus action, I'm going to use Misty Step. I'm just going to teleport over to here.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna shoot this fucker with my bow.
Do it.
I want to shoot it.
Unfortunately, neither one make contact.
Okay, well, I'm also going to move a little bit further. And that's it.
Alright, so as you use your Misty Step ability to kind of poof out of existence, and you see the tendril as you appear back up in the northeast corner, kind of just squeeze in on itself, attempting to still hold on to you, but there's nothing there to hold on to. And then you fire off 2 arrows, but unfortunately they both just kind of clink off of this stony surface once again. Kaylin.
Alright, I'm gonna step back around the corner.
Hope everybody's enjoying the stream, by the way. Trying a bunch of new stuff because I haven't had the opportunity to really do anything with it. So I'm a little more focused than usual, paying attention to the character and how I want to approach the fights.
Cast Shatter again, kind of emanating from.
Glad you guys are here. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far.
Kind of avoids everything but the roper again.
And if you have any questions or just want to chat, feel free to do so. And if you haven't done so as well, be sure to follow us over on Twitter and here as well if you haven't already done so.
19.
With disadvantage?
That way you can...
with disadvantage of 9.
Yeah, so...
That way you can get the latest updates on
damage.
what's going on with the stream and when we will be on and everything like that.
Deacon Pop. Do your best.
Nice to see you here, Spinach. Welcome back.
Alright, so this thing is, once again, as you release this earth-shattering boom from back, kind of its back left, Berwyn, you're kind of blunted by it a little bit, but not enough to do anything to you, but it is very, very loud. You all see Berwyn, Markinor, Kaylin, and Aelion as you're casting this, Kaylin, you see some crack marks going through the stony surface of its skin. You feel like you're doing some good damage to it now.
Yeah.
That being said, it's going to retaliate now. So it's going to reach out all 4 of its tendrils to Berwyn, the Allosaurus, Markinor, and Aelion. Berwyn first. It's a 15 hit.
Long Dark's been fantastic. We actually just ended the story this week. So unfortunately, yes, you did miss it.
Markinor. It's a 23 hit.
Oh yeah, finally hits.
Oh yeah, cool. Allosaurus does a 19 hit.
Yes.
But yeah, we just finished it, unfortunately.
Nope.
So
Damn, almost got all 4 of you. All right, so it is going to reel in all 4 of you.
Bring me
So
closer.
You're going to be put here. You're going to be put here, but there's nothing for you to hold to. You are going to fall into the water. Give me a strength save with advantage since you were being pushed by this water.
Okay. Okay. One sec.
Let's see. One more, please. All right. Okay, so you are, as it pulls you forward, you plunge into the water completely. You are completely submerged and cannot breathe.
How long is the potion of water breathing? How long does that last? Is it only an hour? Oh.
Yeah, it's
damn.
gone. So you cannot breathe underwater now. You start to struggle against this tendril that is around you and is holding you underwater.
But the moment that he pulls me into place, he immediately has to make another wisdom save.
That is true.
So I'll roll it for the damage. Saves or takes 11 damage.
Okay, so he's going to take full because he failed his save.
Okay.
Can I,
Anything else?
as a reaction,
No, that's it.
reach out a tentacle to grab Markador?
Does your tentacle ability on your creature have a reaction tag on it?
No.
I mean,
No, it wouldn't.
Just wait till your turn, do it.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'll
it'll be
I'll
fine.
figure it out.
It's a good idea, but unfortunately, turn economy or action economy is a thing, so I have to limit that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so once again, it pulls you in, can't get you on a solid surface so it can fight you, so it decides instead to waterlog you, get you nice and moist, I guess, before it bites into you. So it is holding you under the water. You struggle against it. Even with this water pushing you away, it's able to hold you in place.
Okay.
So you are underwater and cannot breathe right now.
But I haven't taken damage yet?
You have not taken damage, no. The
Okay.
tendril just wrapped around you and pulled you underwater. So right now you're kind of fine, not in a good place, but you aren't hurt.
It's something.
So, with all of this being brought in, this roper is going to ignore the Allosaurus next to it, and it's going to turn towards you, Berwyn, and bring its maw down on you.
Octoberwin.
Does a 21 hit.
Yes.
So it's going to bring it down onto one of your tentacles and deal 25 piercing damage.
Ow! That's not very nice.
That would hurt.
20 what?
21.
25.
Oh, 25?
Yeah.
Oh,
25.
I said
Okay.
21.
And that's its turn. Allosaurus is grappled.
It's gonna bite it.
All right, with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's not that smart. It's a dinosaur. There's a reason they're extinct.
Not really, but hey. You've heard tell of these creatures being alive somewhere. You have not ventured there, though.
R1D 20. What's it to hit? What's damn? No, it's not gonna hit.
Unfortunately, no, it's not.
It's just
All right, so this Allosaurus has a tendril just wrapping around its neck. And
Oh,
it tries
this
to
is
lunge
such a
in
bad
and bite
idea.
This stony creature, the tendril actually pulls it away and slams it up against the wall so it can't get near it. It does not hit with its attack. That being said, Berwyn, you are also grappled and have a very bloody tentacle. What are you going to do?
I'd like to get away from it.
All right, give me
Okay.
a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
17 plus 3.
Surprisingly, you matched what it rolled, so you're going to be able to break the grapple.
Yay! As a bonus action, I'd like to combat wild shape heal myself.
Okay.
9. And go jump back in the water.
So as you move away, it is going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
No.
Because you did not disengage. Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
You're lucky it didn't have advantage because it critted with the other one. You're going to take 20 piercing damage as it bites onto you as you try to swim away.
Okay. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom of the creek.
Okay. You discover it's about 15 feet deep.
I'm gonna go 15 feet down and plant myself on the side of the creek. That's all I can do.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, so you move away. You unfortunately take a little damage as another bite rings down on you as you're trying to slither away. But you're able to get down. A lot of blood flowing out of you right now into this quick-moving water. But you do see Markinor up a little bit from you, kind of struggling with a tendril around his body, holding him underwater. But you're able to plant yourself and hold yourself in place while down there.
Yo.
That being said, Markinor, you're grappled and underwater right now.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Can I... I'm gonna try to get out. So what do I need? A strength save or athletics?
Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Yeah.
Nice, you break out of it.
Okay. And with that, move myself. Can I move out of the water?
So as soon as you break this, you begin to float downriver. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So which side of the bank do you want to go to?
I want to make my way back over here.
Okay. So as you're released from it, you immediately kick off the far wall near the roper and kick yourself back over, and you're able to grab onto a ledge there and pull yourself out of the water.
Okay. Do I have any movement left?
I'd say you have like 10 feet, maybe.
Okay. Going to step back and then step back in so that the spirit guardians follow me, and once again it's going to make this thing come within range. Another wisdom save, 15.
It saves.
Okay, so it takes half damage. And the bonus will be the longsword attacking.
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Spicy.
That's
All right. So 16.
18, actually.
18.
Max damage.
Yes. 18.
I just hit the wrong button on my stupid mouse and it backed me out 1 second.
Yep.
I lost all my pop-ups.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know that feeling.
I'm sad about it.
Holy crap, that was a good string of rolls there.
Yeah, you got real lucky there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, my luck's gone now. I might as well just give it up. I'm dead next round.
Okay.
If it can
alright,
attack
so,
me.
anything else?
No, that would be it.
Alright, so as you're able to break out of this creature's grasp, this tendril breaks off around you, and you're able to kick off and, like I said, climb back up onto the other bank. You immediately move back away. The angelic figure's kind of going back to you, somewhat out of concern is what you kind of decide is what they're doing. But as you move back forward, they go back on the attack. It's able to somewhat save against it because this thing weirdly has +3 wisdom. I don't know why, but it does. It saves against it and only takes a little bit of damage, but then your longsword, you're thoroughly peeved with this dude. Your longsword brings around and leaves a heavy hit. More of the rock flies off of it and cracks down the side of it. It looks very, very weak and fatigued.
Awesome. Good.
Aelion, I need a con saving throw, please.
I'm too far. What did he do?
Oh, that's probably not. So no more Hunter's Mark.
Yep, unfortunately, Hunter's Mark is dropped when you took that burst bite damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that being said, it's your turn.
I'll kind of step up here and try and be a little bit more careful and shoot 2 more arrows.
Do it.
Hit it. Oof.
First
Oh,
one
there we go.
misses, Second one.
Second
20?
one hits.
For 9 damage.
For 9 damage.
Once again, Aelion coming in with the kill. Tell me how you just took out this stone creature. Actually, no, let me narrate this one. So as this longsword of Tyr comes down and shatters against the side of this roper, the rocky flesh of its outer flesh falls away. And Aelion, as you move forward, you actually catch sight of this like gelatinous, very smooth-looking flesh down beneath the rocky surface that you've been fighting against this entire time. And with a quick, easy shot, you aim for it. First one, unfortunately, goes wide. It bounces off some of the remaining outer stone skin. But your second shot, after you take a quick breath to steady yourself, you fire it off. And it goes down and sinks into the side of this thing. It actually is located right next to the eyeball. And it sinks in, and you see its eye open wider than it had been this entire time. The tendrils that were still surrounding the Allosaurus actually fall away from it, and it slumps over. And somehow this rock just becomes limp and falls to the ground.
Limp rock, my favorite kind.
Giggity.
I forgot. The Allosaurus actually disappeared after I took that first bite.
How did it? I didn't realize that was concentration.
Yeah, it is. I just remembered.
That's why I was curious to know if I took any damage, because it would have made me drop Spiritual Guardians.
Yep. Surprisingly, the tendrils don't do anything.
Yeah.
They just... The way
They
it's
just
supposed to
grapple.
work, and I didn't do it last time, I made y'all check as you were grappled, but you're actually supposed to be just auto-grappled. So if it hits, you're grappled, and it pulls you in. End of story. That's what I did for the latter half of this fight.
Yeah.
I didn't give y'all an opportunity to save because you're not supposed to have one.
Right.
So, but like I said, they don't do any damage to you. So
Yeah.
we're good.
No, the mouth just
The mouth is where the damage
Mouth
lies.
does a little bit of beefy damage, yeah.
If
It's a hungry rock.
If it got back around again to me, I was going to basically tell it to go prone or release all of us if it had us grappled again. Because I could tell it to release, and it has to release whatever it's holding on to.
Can it go prone?
Yeah.
We did determine in Lupo's game, actually, that it can. So I'm
Yeah.
my DM in that game's rolling on it. I like it. It's hilarious.
Prune rock.
The rock
I mean,
falls
it's
over,
not
does nothing.
Right?
Do what now?
It would say if it's immune to prone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would say it on there. It
Yep.
isn't. The one thing, Mark and Or, you were talking about using command on it.
Mhm.
You need to pay attention to the latter half of the second paragraph, or first paragraph. Yeah. If it can't understand you, it doesn't work.
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine there would be an intelligence.
A language
Limit
barrier,
or two.
maybe between.
Well, it
A little-
has-
a little bit of a language barrier.
But it has a plus to wisdom.
Doesn't
It has a
matter.
plus 3 to wisdom. It's a very wise creature. It knows how to hunt very well. Not very smart though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to monsters.
Yeah.
The wild
Okay,
ones,
cool.
At least.
Screw you, Lord
And
Monster.
the sword can go away too. It'll disappear.
All right.
Cool.
So there is a dead roper here. You do see this
Once-
fleshy hide that you see it leading down. Some of the stuff has fallen down to what you can determine to be its stomach down there. You see it kind of bulging with stuff inside of it.
It wants to make a backpack out of it.
8 healing,
Oh.
Alien.
Doesn't people make a backpack out of it?
Yeah.
Alien, take 8 healing.
Oh, well, thank you.
Welcome.
Berwin, you still in octopus form?
I will come to the surface and stay in octopus form. Well, surface and kind of float down, riding the walls.
Do I hear anything at the down this hallway here?
You do not.
Okay. Going to do I see any traps ahead?
Give me a perception check.
This is undiscovered dungeon.
And I'll crawl out of the water and drop wild shape. 52.
All right. So as you're looking around, Mark and Or, studying the floor for traps, you don't see anything trap-like in nature in the immediate vicinity in front of you. You do see that a sturdy door of iron plate stands open as you're going into this area. Inside it, you see a short passageway with 3 small iron doors set into the west wall. You see that the first 2 are open, but the door at the end of the hall is closed.
How clean is the floor?
Not very.
Okay, no slimes, no oozes. We're good.
These are the questions of somebody who's seen some shit.
How clean is the floor in this dungeon?
When was the last time the maid service was through?
AKA the gray ooze.
Mm-hmm.
When we have our own keep, we need to employ gray oozes to clean.
As
Clean.
y'all walk down this hallway, everybody give me perception checks.
Yay.
Oh my gosh, really? A 2? Yo, come on. There, yay!
Somewhat better.
Holy.
Kaylin sees a locked door. She sees nothing else. She's like, hey, I got a job to do. I need to go up and unlock this door. She
Hey.
has nothing else.
This is a door.
Everybody else.
This door.
Mark and Orange, you're walking forward about this vicinity. It looks like it might have fallen out of this door as it was being opened. You see a small key laying on the floor, covered in dust and grime and such.
Okay. Hey, Kaylin, we might not need you here. Do you guys see anything on the door lock? Does it look trapped?
I'll check the traps.
Just for that comment, I'm not casting detect magic.
Give me
If I
a...
don't cast detect magic.
I changed my mind.
So I'm not going to make you roll an investigation check. Your tech magic sees nothing. Nothing arcane in the area.
But does it have mechanical trap?
It does not appear to be mechanically trapped. It appears to be very locked, though.
So then I turn to Kaylin and hand her the key and say, this is why I said you don't have to do anything.
I guess we'll see if that key works.
I'm going to step back. As if I expect there to be a trap here because of who just checked the door.
Wow.
In that case, I'll just leave the door locked.
It doesn't work, guys.
It didn't work.
This key doesn't work.
Turn the key, see if it works in the lock.
So you put this small, very old-looking key in here, and actually fits quite well into the keyhole there. And as you turn it, it takes a second for it to give way, but then you hear an audible click as it turns to the right and seems to unlock the door.
All right. I'll push the door open.
Hey, dynamic lighting. I haven't had to do that this session.
Yay.
So as you open this door, you see what appears to be a very, very dead and skeletal dwarf laying on the floor, clutching something in his hand.
I'll go in and investigate it.
I'll help him with it.
Her.
See.
You'll help her.
Yeah.
An investigation check. There you go.
Touche.
All right. So you were able to go in and look around. You see that this dwarf seems to have some very old and corroded finery with Durgan's mark on it. It seems like this might have been a higher official or a ranking officer of his army that occupied here, but unfortunately was left to die in this cell. As you go around and unpry its skeletal hand, you find a very ornate key resting within it. The key seems to be the same size as the lock hole, the keyhole that was on the door that led to the foundry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there was another path by that door that we didn't even go check. Wasn't there?
I don't know, was there?
It was the one that the Snaky Boys came from.
Snaky boys.
The one with the water in it?
No.
The giant cliff that they came up?
Right before the foundry door, in that giant room. It was like a drop-off or something.
To the south, right?
To the
No,
north.
it was to the northeast.
North.
Yeah, there was a big drop off, but I didn't think we could get down it.
That's what you think.
Well, I can get down it. I can push you off, and you can get down it too.
Have a
Hmm.
shades of the last one where we're intimidating him to go down first. Okay. Also, I'm going to
I'd also like to walk
Give.
back out here.
gonna give Aelion a potion of healing too, just a regular potion of healing.
Jump over. And cut open the stomach. Or just cut open the roper and check it.
What are you doing?
Taking pieces of roper back and trying to sell them.
Give me a survival check.
Nobody eats them.
If you don't make a backpack out of that.
Nice. So, Berwin, you know that when ropers eat everything with this giant maw, they literally eat everything. They're essentially a garbage disposal. They will eat the skin, the body, the clothes, anything that it might this creature may be carrying on its person. If it's an sentient being like a dwarf or anything like that. And you know that these creatures can be very old and could possibly be something far in the past. So, if it gets back to what? So as you reach down, you very expertly find the stomach of this creature and open up. And a few things fall out of it. Actually, a large amount of things fall out of it. You see a very odd-looking gold ornate ring with scriptures written around it. Falls out at first, and then it's followed by almost a torrent. You see 6 gemstones that fall out of it. A ruby that also does, and then 2 emeralds that fall in there. And all of it lands on the ground, just thudding off to the sides and everything at your feet. And then slowly, a couple more, 3 more serpentines fall out as well.
Oh, the snake creature humanoid thingamajiggers that we fought up top? Or serpentine.
No, that was something else.
Yeah, that was
I
something
think
else.
it's another type of gem.
Yes.
Is it a gem?
Do you have a... Can you copy and paste that for me? Have it.
I made it sound like it was more. This is very poorly worded. 6 gemstones fall out of it, and a ring.
Ah.
Okay.
I will pick up the gemstones and the ring
So we have
and jump
a
back
ruby,
over.
2 emeralds.
Kalen,
Yeah.
what can you tell me about this ring?
All right. Identify.
All right. So as you look at this ring, like I said, it's gold. You actually notice as you look at it more, it's actually a double-fingered ring where it goes over 2 fingers at once and binds them together. But you do see a lot of arcane scripture written around the side of it. And as you go into it, you discover it has the ability to store spells within it.
Ooh, nifty.
Got it.
That would
It
be
is
super
in your
helpful.
journal now, Kaylin.
Got it.
That could be super
Ring of
helpful to
spell
us.
storing.
What type of spells can it hold?
Somebody's journal.
Should be in yours.
Oh.
Yeah, should be in yours, Kaylin.
It was down further.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so ring spell storing. Ring stores spells cast into it, holding where the attuned wearer uses them. Ring spell up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. When found, contains 1d6 minus 1 levels of store spells chosen by the. Okay.
Oh!
Well,
It's
Sorry,
full.
5.
It's
So-
full of spells.
any creature can cast a spell of 1st through 5th level into the ring by touching the ring as the spell is cast. There's no other than to be stored in the ring. The ring can't hold the spell. The spell is expended without effect. The level of slot used to cast a spell determines.
Oh. So if you did something like
You can
like
cast
cure
five.
wound, if you cast cure wounds at level 3, it would store a cure wounds at level 3. Is that correct?
And you'd have 2 additional spell levels to put
Yeah.
into it.
Oh.
And then you sleep, you get those spell slots back, and those spells stay in the ring till you need it.
Oh.
Yeah. While wearing this ring, you can cast any spell slots in it. The spell uses the spell slot, spell save DC, attack bonus, and spell casting ability of the original caster, but otherwise is treated as if you cast the spell. Spell cast from this ring is no longer stored in it, freeing up space.
So we can cast a spell into it, and somebody else
Can use
Yeah.
that.
can use that spell.
Yes.
Got it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Does the attuned person have to be the wearer or the caster of the spell?
The wearer.
Okay.
The wearer casts.
The-
the
yeah,
spells
the-
out of it.
Well, no, the wearer is
No.
the one to the thing, but anybody can cast the spell.
To it. Yeah, for the ring to learn it, anybody can cast to it.
Interesting.
Wow.
You ever seen a warlock cast a druid spell?
How would that
Ow.
how would you be able to perform concentration spells with that? Or is that possible?
You're still casting the spell. You can hold concentration on it. It just expends the ability of the spell in the ring.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So
The person who's attuned to the
No.
ring casts the spell.
Yeah, you
and
cast
with
the
concentration. They keep concentration.
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't say that anything
However,
in
it's
that.
the
You become
same-
a caster. It just sucks the spell from the original caster spending their slot holds it in place, and then when you cast a caster, it just uses the original caster abilities for like the spell DC and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's pretty sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty sweet. 4 block.
Oh.
So yeah, you guys can have a whole bunch of crap. I'm keeping that. And if you want, you can fight me for it, but you ain't gonna be happy.
I suddenly changed into a giant spider. Just kidding.
Markinor casts command and drop.
Good luck.
Okay.
You have
So-
slain the roper.
It doesn't
Gave you
matter. It's
so
not
much
attuned
trouble.
anyway.
Yep, you do have to attune to this item. You also,
A lot to do.
all the items that you obtained, I'm assuming you did it during your long rest, but all of the items that you obtained at the Dragon's Hoard also have attunement required by them. So that will take up 1 attunement slot to you each.
Yep.
Whoever wears a ring will have a 2nd attunement slot taken up by it.
You can have 3 attuned items, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thought so.
Or can we track that somewhere? On these character sheets? I didn't know if we could track that anywhere.
Put in your item, just put whatever the item's name is, and then put requires attunement or something on. That way
Gotcha,
you can
okay.
just easily see it.
I don't think there's an easy
Then
way.
just
on this.
you can also use the other resources.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
you
add
can do that.
another resource to that
Just
too,
to
yeah.
say, because you could just basically put 3 and see how many are attuned at a time that way.
Okay.
You won't be getting items like this very often. They are very special. Like I said, for the Dragon Sword, the items that gave in the module were cool. Not knocking them at all. They just didn't fit the party as well. And with these being long-standing characters, I figured y'all might appreciate something a little bit more tailored towards you. So
Yeah.
that's why I changed those there. The Ring of Spell Storing is 100% from the module, and that's why I really wanted y'all to go back and fight the Roper.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a
just
pretty
wanted-
good one.
Just wanted to have fun with Shatter, where it was something that it would hit every
Yeah, for Rock, I was like,
block monster.
it doesn't say, it says natural armor, and I'm like, yeah, it's freaking stone. Yeah, sure. It has disadvantage, go for it.
Let's
So,
get
yeah.
the heck out of this dungeon.
Y'all have explored there. There may be a path that y'all didn't
There's
look
still
at.
that cliff area.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. DM, is there actually a purpose to go explore that cliff?
Let me look.
We did come here before we went to the forge to begin with, so that would explain the key.
So I'm assuming we are getting past or getting out of here alive. That's a big assumption at the moment.
Unless the troglodytes
What did
managed
you
to
say about assumptions?
So
make an ass out of you and me.
remember,
Oh,
I said if we make it out of here, I have something for everybody.
let's wait till we get back to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll give you the surprise. Sort of.
We're not in
So,
town yet.
where you fought the Grix current, or in the past, a couple sessions ago, I think. Yeah, Grix. Very snake-like with beaks and stuff like that.
Yep.
Very, very scary looking. There was a small cliff, about a 6-foot cliff that led down to another area that led off to a small cave. If you wanted to go up there and look around it, you're going to find that what appeared to be the Grix lair, where they drag back the bodies of their prey. So you end up finding a bunch of bones and some fresh meat and everything. It looks like they actually got a hold of a few troglodytes. But as you rummage through it, anybody that was brave enough to rummage through the gory remains would find 200 copper pieces, 180 silver pieces, and 60 gold pieces.
Hey, look at that.
So you can take your money without having to actually go there, because there's no reason to.
I'll add that to the totals for the night.
We already killed the creepy boys.
So, what's the plan, guys? Are y'all done with the stone tooth?
I think
I
there's
think so.
left for us to do, so
we should probably let the town know that the dragon here is dead, and
Yeah. No, you need to go back to town.
just in case, have them be prepared for some retaliation, because this was an awful big stash of loot, and we know dragons like loot and hoarding it, and we took all of it.
Yeah.
So we should at least talk to
You should
the
talk to
garden
mayor.
stuff in the mayor, yeah. And while we've been kind of sitting around and everything, I imagine we've still been doing the sketches of the environment itself.
Yep, that's what I've been doing. I gotta take out another probably 10 or 15.
No worries, Spinach.
Okay.
Glad you're
parchment
here.
Pieces that I have left back in here.
I also have a
Excellent.
case we
Yes.
can put them in.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about that. I just
yeah.
wanted to see how many I still had. Still 20. So yeah, probably we could do like another 15, 20 maps.
Hmm. And I have a ton of parchment anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to.
All right, so we're finished here. We are heading back to Blasingdale to speak to Sir Barrick then. Is that the plan?
Whatever his name is, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, that is what we are doing. We're starting there, and then we'll talk to Sergeant Kuhn and the constable as well, and let them know the situation with the dragon and with the Drogar, and the fact that they're going to be resupplying people here in the near future.
Alrighty, so you're gonna head back to Blasingdale.
So for loot, everybody got a weapon or
The
something of the type.
Stovetooth or
We did find a really cool spell ring that
Kundrakar, as it was called by the people of Dirty.
Kaylin picked up.
So you head
So
back,
yeah, that's
it
kind of
takes you,
cool.
once again, about 3 days or so to reach back to town. The first place y'all want to go, I guess, is go see Sir Miles Barrick, the mayor.
Yes.
And you'll have to refresh me because I know I changed the gold amounts he was willing to pay. Was it 50 gold for the information?
I don't
Yeah,
have
that's for that.
I don't have numbers on that. No.
All right, so we'll say let me rethink of what my thought process was here.
I want to say it was something like 50 just to make it worth our time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a flat 50 for each of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you go back, what are your intentions talking to the mayor? Actually, let's just do it this way.
Yeah.
So you walk back into the town hall where you met the mayor previously in the tavern, actually, but you know that he'll be located at the town hall. So you walk in. Once again, you see this very portly man sitting here in his at his desk in the back of the room with his secretaries running back and forth. He walks in, looks up from his paperwork that he's doing. He says, "Oh, come in. It's good to see you all alive. I heard that things were going badly up there. We sent some scouts after we heard that there was some
mostly
monsters that you
PC.
were
Every
having
once in a
trouble.
while, I will play
The sergeant and the
console.
constable
If
came
I
back and
do,
talked to
it's
me about that,
usually
so we
on
sent a
the
few guards up there.
Nintendo Switch. When
They
I
brought
play.
word back that there was nothing
But
left
otherwise, it's all
as
PC
far as
here.
what was up on the doorway into the Stone Tooth. What happened? Please tell me what were your adventures? What news do you have?
Carved a path to the bottom, and we came out. Short and sweet.
The bottom? What do you mean?
The
Oh, there was
massive sprawling caves stretch miles. And
He kind of lights up as you mention caves. He says, caves within the mountain? More of the dwarf stronghold? It went deeper than we thought than just that opening area?
Nothing your people would have enjoyed. When we reached the bottom, we stumbled across a black dragon.
He breaks in. There's a dragon there?
Oh, there was.
not anymore.
Was? Wait, what? Did it leave? What happened?
I pull out a tooth.
He kind of stands up and moves back away from you. You're telling me you slayed a dragon?
Yeah.
Is that really so hard to believe? I mean, you sent us in there in the first place.
He looks at you and he's just got this flabbergasted look on his face. I hired you to go in and give me some maps and some information. That we had an orc presence we were dealing with. I knew nothing of a dragon or anything else. I never knew how much danger we were in. A dragon just within a few days of my town, of my people, and you killed it. You're sure?
As sure as we stand here.
He walks back and sits back at his table and just puts his hand over his mouth. He's clearly in just awe of your accomplishment here.
Put the teeth back. It was a young dragon, so I don't think it would have come down here quite. It would have been a while longer.
Yeah, this town maybe had another 100 years if that dragon was left alone.
To be honest, Sir Barrick, I'm not even sure that the town is still entirely safe. If the cavern once had this black dragon inside, there's no telling where the others might be. There's a good possibility that there could be others in the near area that maybe will turn tail and run away after seeing one of their own dead, but there's also the chance that they could turn on the village, thinking that you guys are responsible for his death.
He nods as he's still trying to get over the fact that you killed a dragon. He says, yes, that makes sense. I cannot claim to be a source or an expert on dragons. I just know hundreds of years ago, young ones, as you said, came through and destroyed all the mining and farming villages around this area. I thought they had all gone away, but I guess maybe one of their young was left behind or something. I don't know. But yes, I will definitely take what you said under consideration. If there are more dragons nearby, then we'll need an army to do what you did. I still don't understand how you did that. Are you sure it was a dragon?
Quite. It hurts a lot, and my clothes are still kind of showing some damage.
To be honest, he's lucky to be alive.
Quite.
I mean, it wouldn't be for these fine fellows that I travel with.
He nods and he says, "It must have been a battle worthy of the record books, and for that tonight we will celebrate. We will have a feast for you in your honor. And pardon me for this. What were your names again? Or as a group, do you have a name for your group that may have, I could tell the bards that frequent our town going through it and back and forth between here and Neverwinter and the other Sword Coast cities. What do I call you? What do I spread the word of?"
Well, we don't officially have a name, but
I think we
villagers from other towns have called us the Fey Team.
He kind of grins and says, looking around at all your appearances, he says, "I can see that. I can understand why they would label you in such a way. Well, adventurers, Fey Team, heroes, whatever you would like to be called, we will celebrate your honor and celebrate what you have done for us. You have saved this town not only from an orc presence, but also something much greater, much more dubious and dangerous. And for that, and for all these people, I thank you. He says, but yes, I know you don't need parties and words of grandeur. You came here for money. You came here to be paid. So tell me, what have you brought me?
We have found 4 blades of Durgadin that we would like to bring to you.
He nods. He says, okay, yes. And you bring them forward the 4 blades. And you notice he doesn't even, before, when you brought the ones before, he was very hesitant to take them. He didn't really believe. He takes these without question. Puts them behind him.
I'm
Says,
working on
okay,
it. Trust me. I'm
200
working
gold
on it.
pieces to each of you for each one. So 800 gold pieces to each of you for each of these blades. No questions asked.
We also found Durgadin's forge during our travels below. And it was staffed by a group of Duragar that were trying to reclaim Durgadin's secrets. And they may return, just to let you know.
Kind of frowns, says Duragar. I've heard tell of these creatures. They're some kind of descendant of Orc, much like, and he says it kind of in a pleading manner towards you, Kaelin, much as you are a descendant of the elves. Were these people hostile, or do you perceive that they will give us trouble in the future?
They are of dwarven Underdark descent, and I don't think they will give you any trouble because I don't think they want to leave the underground at all.
That isn't
give you trouble
entirely.
unless you would give them trouble, but they will be very protective of their territory.
Unfortunately, Berwyn's a little misled. They are coming back. They will be back, and if you do attempt to interfere, they will attack you.
He looks at you and says, interfere? I really have no interest in doing anything to upset them. My main priority with hiring you young adventurers was to, or not all of you are young, but hiring you adventurers to go there was to get rid of the Orc presence. The maps and the blades of Durgadin were simply for our records, our history. This mining town was made after Durgadin settled up in the Stone Tooth, and it was done so because he knew this area was fertile for things that minerals and precious metals and such like that. So it's part of our history, and if we ever needed to venture into the Stone Tooth to learn or to protect ourselves, the maps I requested, the more history that we knew about that, the information is what we needed that for. But if these Duragar return, then I have no qualms. As long as they remain there, we will remain here unless we need something from there. But I don't foresee any reason for us to go there, especially if there's dragons on the roost.
Just take the time to show them which areas the Duragar seem to be using with maps and say, these are the areas you should probably avoid. Although if you really wanted to try, you could maybe entreat them to, you know, create new items for you, but I wouldn't recommend it.
He nods. Are you giving him the maps, or are you just showing them to him? What are you doing?
Oh, no, the maps that I've already given him.
Okay.
Just showing them on the map, yeah.
On the maps.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, he'll look over the maps. He nods as you explain things to him. Begins kind of scribbling down names and areas and information for himself that he'll remember. But he goes through and does that. He says, I agree to pay for this kind of information as well. You've done such an outstanding job. We pretty much, he kind of looks, once again, somewhat flabbergasted by the details of the maps. So I'm assuming you pretty much mapped out the entire dungeon, right?
Yeah, we were doing that during the short and long rest, so
Cool.
we were just jotting everything down.
Gotcha. So he goes through and looks over and he's like, I have a very good grasp of not only what's out there, but what you have faced. You know, I'm assuming you've told him a good amount, unless there's anything specific you want to leave out. Anything that comes to mind?
No,
No.
So you've told him about the troglodytes and
If you see a large carpet, leave it alone.
Unless you're named.
Wow.
he says this is Berwin's kind of sulking in the back. Yeah, carpet, leave it alone. He nods as I will take that under advisement. Thank you. So you go through and let him know everything that happened. You get paid 150 gold pieces each for the maps. So that brings up your total to 950 from the mayor, who has paid you handsomely, somewhat handsomely, for your information and what you've done. What else would you like to do?
Sign for the party this night?
We should still speak with the commander or whoever it is. I can't remember. Let me look. Gotta refer to my list here.
Yeah, I mean, the sergeant over there is Grinner Corn, but as you kind of mentioned that, the mayor pops up and says, do not worry about that. You have had a long adventure and you've done so much work for us. I will send men out to inform them of what you have told me unless there's anything else extra they need to be aware of.
No.
No.
So very well. I will take care of that. Please do not worry about it.
Okay.
I think you should all rest and prepare for the feast tonight. Looks over at Berwin and kind of raises an eyebrow. I can provide some new clothes if necessary. You should look your best tonight.
Okay.
While we're doing all of this, I imagine there's going to be a couple hours in between us leaving from there before the dinner feast thing.
Yeah.
So I have the crap load of stuff to sell. That I'll just say that we're doing it now, but we'll get the numbers at the end of the session. But during this part of it's when I would be taking care of all of that stuff to prepare.
There's definitely, I think, one thing I wanted out of all the crap we got. That's
I
about it.
I think I gave it to you, didn't I?
No, I want that black pearl.
Okay.
Just don't.
Yep. That's fine.
There's certain like,
Gemstone hoarder.
yeah, well, they come in handy later.
I still have one regular gemstone, one cat's eye gem, the serpentines, 2 emeralds, a ruby, and topaz. So,
Unless
and
they
2
come
blue
up with-
topazes.
Yeah, unless anything comes up super high value, it's a big deal. It's just certain things are.
Okay. So
spell
yeah,
components
other than
I'm
that,
gonna need to have
that's
eventually.
all I had planned for the
Yeah.
short term. So.
Yeah.
I can copy and paste you the list of everything I have to have it.
I mean, you should have everything, but if you have any questions about anything, I can always look it up.
I just
I
need
trust you.
values on like the ruby, emeralds, stuff like that. I have some
Okay.
of them, but not all of them.
Okay. That's why I wasn't doing it, because it's a pain in the ass to go back and look at it.
Mhm.
Thank God, wait. Oh, never mind. These are just... Okay, yeah. I'll get those here.
Yeah.
We'll do that in between sessions.
Yeah,
You can
we'll do
go
it at
about
the end of
selling
session here.
everything. So, do you have anything else you would like to do, or ask, or say, or do you just want to get to the party?
I'm gonna. Yeah, let's just go to the party. I can do all that stuff during downtime.
There's-
Anybody else have anything?
no, I'm good.
Merwin?
Nope.
Cool. So, as you leave there, the mayor just assuring you that he'll take care of anything that need to be taken care of. He sends you off across the way to the local inn. Tells the innkeeper to give you free rooms so you can tidy up, refresh yourself. It's about noon, so you get a few hours of rest and relaxation up to there. About 4 in the afternoon or so, a little bit before the dinner and the feast. You're invited back down into the inn's common room, and you find not only the mayor there, you actually see a baron you had not yet met before. You go about talking to him and find out his name is Baron Althon. He is actually the ruler over much more area, Blasingdale, the surrounding areas, and a few other towns. He has been told of what you've done and make sure you were rewarded handsomely, and you were, so he doesn't feel the need to do any more. Seems very interested in the blades and such, but he doesn't ramble on about that. He says that there must be something else that he can do for you, and he thinks for a moment. About time, the mayor pipes up and says, well, he looks at you all and says, well, do you have anywhere to stay? Do you own any houses or buildings or anything of that nature, or do you just nomad and roam around?
I've always been a nomad. Wandering is my way of life. I have no need for lands.
He nods and smiles and says, that may be so, but I feel like the service and everything you've done for the people of Blossomdale and everyone around us, it needs to be rewarded. And
yes. I
walks
speak
you
only
out.
for myself, of course.
He motions for you to walk out, and a few houses down, you actually see this somewhat large two-story wooden house that's been erected. It looks very fresh. All the lumber is very fresh and pristine and such. The mayor motions to it and says, I've talked with the baron here, and we've decided normal money compensation just isn't enough. We would like to do something more. Obviously, you, Fey Team, all of you are welcome here in Blossingdale anytime you want. And to show that, we would like to offer you this house. It's not much to look at. It's a couple floors and bedrooms, common rooms, but it could be a place that you could rest, where you could resupply, where you could learn, where you could train, anything you would like to do. It is yours. And he holds out a deed and hands it out to Markinor. It says here, this is yours. It has all of your names as owners of the property. By all means, you are completely and utterly welcome here anytime you would like to be. But that being said, tonight we are going to feast and celebrate your accomplishments.
Okay.
So you have the beginnings of a keep, if you so choose to use it.
Huzzah!
So Blasingdale can now be mechanically a hub for you adventurers to stay in, rest in, spend some downtime in if you have nothing going on in one of the larger cities. Or you can sell it, I don't care, whatever you want to do. He has offered you have a deed in your hands with your names on it. Finer details, it is a 2-floor house, somewhat large, even though he was very modest about it. It's kind of large. It's got 2 common rooms, one on the first floor, one on the second. The second slightly smaller, used for things like meetings, things of that nature. 6 bedrooms located throughout it. There's a place for a small bar rather, down on the first floor, that is fully stocked with ale and such like that. You'll have to resupply yourself, but the opening rations are for you to use. So you're able to rest and relax there for the rest of the afternoon until evening arrives. And as you go out to the streets, you've all been supplied with very fine clothing for this. Been told it's yours, keep it, do not give it back to us. The clothing artisan was very insistent about that when he dropped it off at your new abode. So you go out and you discover there is a meeting area, kind of the common area of the city is a few blocks away from you. So you'll have to walk a short ways, but as you walk outside, you see there is a procession waiting for you. There's several thousand people that live in Blossingdale, and it appears that all of them have come out to see the people that have gotten rid of the Orc Menace, who have slain a dragon, who have fought Duragar, who have fought ropers, these horrible rope creatures, and who have survived the perils of the Stone Tooth. It seems that news of your deeds has traveled very quickly within this town, and you very much think that it will also travel quickly elsewhere to other places, and your name may precede you in some cases going forward. But that being said, tonight it's all about the party. So you go out, there's many merry drink for anybody that wants to participate, and if not, there are women to dance with, and fights to be had. You all get drunk, have a good time, and then you're able to move on to the next adventure. But that is the end of the Forge and Fury. Y'all have completed everything in there. You have found every piece of treasure. You have slain the motherfucking dragon.
Hey.
And didn't have that much trouble, even though it had douche-ass tactics all about it.
I'm telling you, I had plans upon plans of things I wanted to do just in case something didn't go the right
Y'all
way.
had all these plans and everything, and I'm like, that's adorable. It's hilarious that they know exactly what's coming. They're gonna fight a straight-up dragon. It's gonna walk up next to them and breathe some fire and stuff. No, fuck you. It's gonna go underwater and do that, and it's supposed to make it. It's supposed to have full cover underwater. Like, you can't hit it unless you cast a spell underwater. You ain't hitting that thing.
Yeah.
But that's
Hey, Occupy for the win!
All right.
I modified it a little bit just to make it a little bit more fun. Feel like y'all were actually getting something accomplished. Feel set like you did. It did last a few rounds, which was nice.
Yep.
I got to have a little fun with the dragon. But
Freaking breath weapons, man.
yeah, and I will say, just to be completely transparent and honest, I fumbled one roll in there for your benefit. The first breath weapon that hit Aelion, max damaged almost. It was 84 damage. It would have one-shot him completely. He would be dead.
With resistance.
Yeah, would have been dead, period. End of story, dead. So I fumbled that one, lowered the damage a bit. Because I didn't want somebody to die in the first round of combat. For first breath weapon, it's like, well, Aelion's dead, shit!
Run!
I want you to...
Cool.
So...
All right.
Well, I mean, I would have, if it had rolled 40.
Okay, so with that,
I did.
tonight we will be ending our stream here.
What was your... No, it's gotta be your max health in one attack.
Thank you guys for watching. It's awesome that we got
Minus
to
and then
finish
again.
this tonight
Yeah,
for you guys.
Over double max health.
Next week, I
You have 45
believe
health.
we're gonna move
It
into
has to
either
be
another
90
module
to kill
or
you.
our DM Havoc is going
Yeah.
to
Yeah, if you had been like
do
one health and rolled
his own
26,
story for
yeah,
it.
then you die.
But thank you
But,
guys for being here.
Negative has to be equal
If you
to
haven't
your
already done
max
so,
HP, essentially, for it to one-shot you.
would
94
greatly
would have
appreciate it if
one-shot
you give us a follow.
And
Follow
that
us
would
as
have
well
one-shot
over
most
on
of us, I have a feeling.
Twitter as well.
It would not have one-shot
If you
me.
want an
got
update
me.
on when we're going to go live,
so
I
would've
usually
one-shot
give a warning
two of
within
us.
2 hours or so
I
of
had a
going
couple
live,
pretty crappy
but we
hit die
try to
rolls in the
stick
past.
close to
And
the
it was
schedule.
11d8.
1 second here. I'm
11d8 plus
going to
45.
see if I can't
Plus 45?
deafen
Oh my
myself for a
God.
second. Sorry about that. Also, if you haven't already done so, go over to the website, give us a follow as well. If you go over there, you can help vote for our Variety Wednesday game. This week, Thursday, it is looking like I'm really not sure what we're going to play because we ended The Long Dark last week. I may do a full restart and start up a new game in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But I'm not really sure yet. I haven't decided. But if you want to go over to the website and vote on the Wednesday game, that would be fantastic. Right now, one game is finally pulling ahead. Votes were tied up for a while. But get your vote in, and I will pick from that. I don't think I'm going to be here this Wednesday, unfortunately. I will be out of town. So that vote will carry over through another week, and we'll pick that up next Wednesday. So we'll give it some time for that. But like I said, thank you guys for watching. Very much appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully we'll see you again very soon. If not for our other events, definitely come back for D&D night next Sunday. But yeah, have a good night. Thank you.